all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you too.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I just know we found something so wild from the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when you say you left.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE. And unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is It's quite painful.
All right. Thank you, Craig.
Riverside, wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait.
Law. Nowhere in nature or in a controlled environment can we ever produce a volume outside of containment.
What's that?
Has gas been seen or
what's that, brother?
Now let me see you drop it to the
Chicken, banana, chicken, banana, chicken, banana, banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my mind.
There you go, Eldon. That was for you, my man. All right. J.R. Hartley says, what a babe. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sexy fart girl in 3, 2, 1 on Indoctrinated says, good to see you guys tonight. We got Roger Ledwell here with us, J.R. Hartley. We got Unindoctrinated, DJ Moon. We got Brad and Tasha Warner, both. Either way, we love having them here tonight. We got Dirty Ketchup. What else? We got Dirty Ketchup. We don't have Dirty. Well, maybe we have Dirty Ketchup. And I got D-Man and Roger backstage, and we'll bring them up here in just a minute. We got Mr. Super Sidewinder, Billy Labadie. We got, let's see, GT 1982 Mustang is here with us as well. Look at all these fine people. The Samoan Watchman, HE Media. Let's see, who else? Let's get out. Here I am. I'm getting good at this, boy. I'll tell you what. A lot of people in here. I don't know. Do I have anybody over on the Rumble side? If you are not subscribed to the Rumble side, please, Peter W's here too. Please be sure and subscribe to my Rumble channel and my backup channel. There might be a lot of backlash coming back at anybody who's not filleting Israel right now. So anyway, look at there. I got Chad back there too. We're going to bring up D-Man, Roger Ledwell, and Chad. What's happening, guys?
Not much. Another day it ends in Y.
They all coincidence?
What's up, super friends?
I was thinking of the Wonder Twins. Maybe we'll activate here in a second.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Dun, dun, need to put
That was some crazy shit. I didn't like that too much. You know, they were not like the traditional.
Is that like the ambiguously gay duo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it, yeah.
The androgynous gay duo.
McToon and Craig.
Oh my God. Made me get started on those two. Fucking idiot. I can't stand either one of those guys. I don't know how anybody can. I did find something real quick. We're going to do chapter 3 of our word magic book, and then we'll get into some other things. There's been some big shit going on. I had a dude keel over. I don't know if he died or not, but he was there, and he was the head of the company that sells that fucking Ozempic. And Trump was talking about how he's got the price of that all down and everything. Plus, I found some shit out about lawsuits against that Ozempic and what they're for. I mean, people are losing like 20 years worth of muscle mass in a very short period of time due to people going blind, all kinds of crazy shit, you know. But that's what happens when your Gila monster venom levels are dangerously low. You get fat and you can see.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that this generation has aged very poorly? Like, I don't know. I'm not kidding you, man. You see some of these younger generation people, and it's like, wow, man. Like that Caroline Levitt. She's like 28 years old. The press secretary. She looks like she's about 40, man. It's like, I mean, I know that kind of stuff ages you, but damn.
Yeah, it's a high stress job. I'd imagine having to cover for that fucking buffoon.
Yeah.
Think about that. You gotta sugarcoat every stupid fucking thing that guy did from day to day. That's what your job is.
That's a hard job.
Yeah, it is. Why do you think Biden went through? They first had that Psaki broad.
Yeah.
You could tell that was just weighing on her.
Yeah, Jen Nutsaki.
Yeah, Jen Nutsaki. And it was really playing on her.
I haven't heard him dying yet. I'm wondering if he was alive while he was in office.
Yeah, that too.
Who?
Biden.
Oh, Biden? Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't Joe Biden, whoever that was.
No.
They played it off like he was, but I mean, that's in no way, shape, or form is that the actual Joe Biden. I'm sorry. That's an actor of some kind. And there was like 3 or 4 of them, man. There was people, somebody filmed him in motel parking lot in fucking Miami or some shit like that. I saw it. It was like, whoa, it looked just like, and these people, it's another thing to voice impersonate, but this was funny as shit. I saw a black dude doing a Trump impersonation and it blew me away because he was so good. But it was like to hear Trump's voice and mannerisms coming from a black dude was really trippy to me, man. It was really trippy.
So let me ask, what's the shirt say?
I got your back.
Nice.
He's holding the spine.
That ain't what I thought it said. You had to pull it up to see your
Yeah. Everybody knows I got some risque shirts, but this isn't one of them. This actually glows in the dark too. Which is kind of cool.
If you guys want to see a close up of the UPS plane going down, I got
one.
Close
I
up,
got
huh?
one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That truck backing out of the fucking driveway of that place, man. It's like you left out of there just in time, and then you see a couple people running out of there, and they just keep going. They just keep going, busting ass across the road.
Man,
get away from this shit.
Yeah, I got one too. I threw one in the back.
But
it's actually
like I said,
a guy sitting in a truck on the highway.
We'll do
and crosses the road right in front of him.
We'll do chapter 3 of our book here tonight. That shouldn't take too long, and then we'll get into. Let me see, how many is it? Man, trying to see how many pages.
This is awesome. Like I'm looking at you guys in 40 inches of glory.
Oh, you got it up on the TV?
You got a new thing?
Yeah,
Nice.
TV hooked it up today. So very nice.
I don't know. Chapter 3 seems pretty long.
We can each take a chapter in school.
44 to
just 65 cents a day. You could help Cubby get it. A new ceiling.
I'll fix it. Fix it myself.
Help a needy child.
Oh my God. Okay, so from
just put it on my
29 to 44. So it's about 20 pages is what we got. But I wanted to preface it with this. This was pretty brutal. This thing here said that it was 20 fact-based, soul-crushing lines for law enforcement officials. Okay.
Get into the weeds.
20 of the most savage, fact-based, soul-crushing lines. No fluff, just pure etheric justice for these badge-wearing mercenaries. Number 1. You're not law enforcement. You're contract collectors and cosplay, harassing sovereigns like bounty hunters for corporate courts. Number 2. You swore an oath to the Constitution but serve traffic tickets like it's communion. Your badge is a lie and your loyalty's for sale. Number 3. You arrest free men on the land, not for crimes, but for codes, and that makes you a domestic enemy, not a protector. Number 4. You're not peace officers. You're revenue agents for a bankrupt system that feeds off fear and control. Number 5. Every time you cuff a traveler for no license, you declare war on the very freedom you swore to defend. Number 6. Your squad car ain't a chariot of justice. It's a rolling billboard for tyranny dressed up in blue. Number 7. You're not enforcing law, you're enforcing policy, and policy ain't law unless we consent, which we never did. Number 8. Your badge don't grant you authority. It exposes your fraud. The people are the authority, not some city charter. Number 9. Qualified immunity. That's just your hall pass for oppression. You're scared of accountability because you know you're wrong. Number 10. You show up to a peaceful man's home with guns drawn like stormtroopers pretending it's about safety. It's terrorism with paperwork. Number 11. A real hero defends the weak. You extort them with citations, and when they resist, you beat them down. That's not service, that's cowardice. Number 12. Every ticket you write, every unlawful arrest you make, You break your oath and spit on the Bill of Rights. Number 13. You're not stopping crime, you're inventing it to keep your pensions fat and your departments bloated. Number 14. You call us sovereign citizens like it's an insult. No, that's just projection from a corporate employee with a delusion of power. Number 15. If tyranny ever had a uniform, it would be yours. Shiny boots, weaponized ego, and a manual of statutes you don't even understand. 16. You enforce the law like a robot, but ignore the Constitution like it's optional. That's why the people are rising. Number 17. You don't keep the peace, you disturb it, escalate it, and blame it on us when you crack skulls to keep quotas. Number 18. You don't work for the people, you work for the system, and the system is collapsing under its own corruption. Number 19. Every time you enforce unlawful orders, you forfeit your honor and build your legacy in shame. Number 20. And when judgment comes, and it's coming, no badge, no rank, no corrupt union will protect you from the truth. Man, couldn't we just keep going with that? But anyways, 20 of the most savage, fact-based, soul-crushing lines, no fluff, just pure etheric justice for these badge-wearing mercenaries. Hey, I love y'all. I'm the 903. Till next time, 903 out.
pretty harsh. I liked it though.
Telling it like it is.
That was just pretty truthful what I got out of it. It's like he's just saying it, what it's become. It wasn't supposed to be that to begin with at all. I don't believe our justice system was built in that spirit, but it certainly has become that.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, like we discussed on here last night in this book. Oh, there went Chad again. That this whole court thing, maritime bullshit, the birth certificate, all of this shit is run right by you, and so many people are just unaware of it, completely unaware of it, because it's just the norm. It's just what it is. Teacher said, and unfortunately, and that's why I wanted to go over this book, because to bring out some of this to people, and if it spikes their interest for them to go in and look at it further, go over to Burn the Corporate Fiction and watch his videos, his lives, participate in the things that he's got going on. He's down in Quartzsite, Arizona, or he's on his way there. He's probably there by now.
At the Truth thing?
Yeah, at that Truth Convention or whatever. Truth Expo, isn't that what it was called? Truth Expo.
I think it's what it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'm as far as any of those like big events and shit like that, I'm not interested. I went to thing in Vegas, the Flat Earth thing there in Vegas, and it was all right. It was cool. Met some cool people and shit. But as far as those big, travel across the country to go to some kind of fucking thing like that, never mind. I got this. This is good.
I got you. Yeah. Did you buy one of those models of the Flat Earth while you were there?
No.
Man, come on.
No.
With the little LED lights that make up the sun and the moon as it goes around our plane. Yeah.
No, I didn't see any of those for sale.
I've seen those at a couple events, but
seen Karen. She was rushing around like all haggard and pissed off about something.
Did you get her a pill?
Huh?
Did you give her a pill?
I didn't never talk to her or nothing.
You didn't? Oh, man.
No. I got like a bad vibe from her, I wasn't apt to talk to anybody I got a bad vibe from,
Yeah, kind of like the Royals with the children.
And what's that?
Kind of like the Royals when the children duck and run from them.
Yeah, ain't that some shit?
I know.
The horse is trying to get the fuck away from her and everything, man. They probably know she's a predator. in a literal sense, like a lizard.
Yeah. Don't want to end up becoming dinner.
Okay, so they got a cautionary thing. Now, this is funny too. Before we begin, I saw that in Florida, their weather is offering caution for falling iguanas.
Huh?
Yeah.
They're invasive down there.
These iguanas get up in the trees and shit, and then when it gets cold, like 45 degrees or colder, they like go into a hibernation state. They just like go out and they'll fall out of the trees and shit. And they can get right big, you know.
Yeah, they're like monitors, right? Yeah.
And they lay there on the ground. I mean, you can go over there and pick them up. You know, another thing you can do to a lot of lizards. This is cool. I've done this with little anoles. You flip them over on their back, and if you just lightly stroke their stomach, they'll just go into a state of paralysis, man.
Yeah, I've owned them before. Yeah, I've played
like
with
a cat or a dog. When you hit the spot, you're petting the dog, and they just kind of start freaking out.
Yeah. But these they just like somebody, they just go into a paralyzed state. Just, that's it. And then you don't have to keep doing it. You just do it like once or twice down their belly, and they're just like that. Boom. And it'll take them a while before they come to and go
I don't
back.
know if lizards are the same way, but if you shine a spotlight on a bullfrog or a frog in general, they'll do that. They'll get paralysis. That's how a lot of people catch them for like bait or something. They'll go out at night and shine a light on them.
I've gone gigging
they'll
before.
Just freeze.
Yeah.
And you get a frog spear.
Probably blinds them somehow.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I've gone frog gigging before. We used to take the spotlight out with us.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Do with fish too. Sometimes.
Have you ever been snipe hunting? Huh?
Yes, I have, and I caught on really quick.
My daughter, bless her heart, Leanne was at work. She was just little, probably about 7 or 8. So she's 32 now. So this was a while back. Anyway, there was like wooded area right behind her house. And I asked her about if she'd ever been snipe hunting. She says no. And I made it out that these snipes were really cute little furry animals. That they were easy to train and real friendly. And once you catch one, that they just want to, be with you all the time. Oh, the way she loves animals, this had her hyped up. So I told her, I says, you take this bag out there in the woods and you holler, snipe, snipe, like that. And then when they come running out of the bushes and stuff, you have to hold that bag and catch them in it. Once you catch one, then they'll stop wiggling and you can pet them. She's like, so she's out there. And then I forgot about her. Later on that evening, Leanne come home and she come in and she says, hey, where's Cassidy? And I went, oh, shit. And I went to open the back door and I could hear her out there still going, snipe, snipe. She was out there for hours. God bless her. She had the determination to try to catch one of these things. She wanted one so bad.
We had a scout leader when I was a kid. He took us on a snipe hunt. He had 2 of the masters, the head scouts, sit in the bushes. And when you go by, they jump out and rattle the bushes at you and scare the crap out of you. You're in the middle of the night and you're out looking for snipe with a flashlight. Yeah.
Wow.
There is no such thing as a snipe. But we thought we were hunting for this elusive creature called a snipe.
Well, on I think it's on Pokemon, they got that one thing, it's called a oxycodal or something, right?
You got me.
I don't know.
Anyway, those really exist. We call them mud puppies. They're an amphibian.
Oh, yeah.
They're like a salamander.
Mm-hmm.
And they got, I guess it's one of the Pokemon or something. I don't understand that shit. I really
got to
don't.
catch them all.
Well, don't do Pokemon Go because you get hit by a train. Yeah.
Japanese animation has always just kind of like freaked me out. Like I couldn't deal with it. Even like, do you remember Speed Racer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. I couldn't deal with that, man. It would be like they're just inserting sounds where they don't need to be. I don't know. It just drove me nuts. And then watching some of these, the kids would be watching some of those like Dragon Ball Z or whatever, any of that dumb shit. And I was like, oh my God, how can you? This is such piss poor animation. What the fuck is the appeal?
Star Blazers. I used to watch Star Blazers when I was a kid. It was Japanese. It was a giant battleship in space.
Oh God!
I remember that you had
a
motto.
When we had Johnny Sacco, it was a Japanese show, and they had it dubbed in English, and it was this kid who had this beta capsule, and when monsters would attack the city, he'd hold it up and he'd summon this giant robot that would come and fucking fight the monsters and shit. He had missiles in his fingers and all kinds of crazy
Power
shit. And then
Rangers.
there was another one called Ultraman.
Yeah, I love Ultraman. I was going to bring that up after you started.
The Ultraman.
A guy in a gray
He
suit.
comes from the sky.
He had a gray suit with a fin on his head, man, and two like slanted eyes. And that was
Yeah,
it.
I'll have to get a picture of him out of here somewhere. Hold
He
on.
shot lasers out of his hand.
I think,
Oh yeah, you have to go recharge at the sun.
Yeah.
I think anime is just like some kind of subliminal pedo thing.
Well, I actually own all of Cowboy Bebop. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually have it. It's a Japanese anime. It's about these bounty hunters that go all over the universe.
Yeah, he was giant too. He was like, Godzilla size. This guy was like Godzilla size. I'll show you him real quick.
He'd grow, actually, didn't he?
Man.
There we go.
There he is.
That was Ultraman right there.
Oh, I remember watching that. I remember seeing those.
Yeah, man. I love that. We used to see, and we'd get in trouble because they were starting that nanny state type of shit at school when I was a kid. And so here, like me and my friends would all go and watch, Ultraman, or sometimes once in a while they'd have every day on the afternoon movie after school would be like a Godzilla movie, or a Gamera or something like that. And so the next day at school, we'd be out there and we'd be playing Godzilla. And, like I'd be a certain one of them, and so would get to be Godzilla. Another one, he's this guy. And kind of like how kids would do with WWF, we're not really hurting each other. We're just, it's kind of like choreographed monster fights. Oh, they'd take us to the principal's office for fighting out on the playground. And we're like trying to tell them we weren't really fighting, man. We were just playing monsters. It was really bad. Really bad. I hated it. I don't know what happened to Chad. His thing must be fucking up on him. It's that update that they gave him on his system.
Yeah. Every time he touches a text, he gets booted. He said nothing.
Jesus.
I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, we're going to get into chapter 3, the legal name game. And let me see if I've got anybody over here on the Rumble side. Nobody in the chat over there yet, but that could change. Let me see if I can stick little Donnie Trump dancing around in there or something, just to let people know that everybody's alive.
Is Frank
all
over
right? So we got chapter 3, the legal name game. The legal name game is one of the greatest con games that the dark forces invented to enslave your soul. The dark magicians of the New World Order, NWO, which are the minions of the dark forces, like to use the legal name to trick you to agree to unknowingly give your natural rights away to them. Once you do this, everything that you have purchased or owned under that legal name legally belongs to the government. In other words, your kids, cars, house, land, and anything that you have purchased or owned using your legal name legally belong to the government. The good news is that the dark magicians did not create the legal name game in a lawful way, and therefore they have no lawful standing. If you want to learn how to defend your rights effectively, you need to know the difference between the word legal and lawful. It is crucial to define the differences between legal and lawful. The generic Constitution references genuine law. The present civil authorities and their courts use the word legal. Is there a difference in the meanings? The following is quoted from a dictionary of law from 1893. Lawful. In accordance with the law of the land, according to the law, permitted, sanctioned, or justified by law. Lawful. Lawful property implies a thing conformable to or enjoined by law. Legal, a thing in a form or after the manner of law or binding by law. A writ or warrant issuing from any court under color of law is a legal process, however defective. See legal. Legal, Latin, legalis, pertaining to the understanding, the exposition, the administration, the science, and the practice of law, as the legal profession, legal advice, legal blanks, newspaper, implied or imputed in law, opposed to actual. Legal looks more to the letter in form and appearance, and lawful to the spirit, substance, and content of the law. Legal is more appropriate for conformity to positive rules of law. Lawful for accord with ethical principle. Legal imports rather that the forms, appearances of law are observed, that the proceeding is correct in method, that the rules prescribed have been obeyed. Lawful, that the right is actful in its substance, that moral quality is secured. Legal is the antithesis of equitable and the equivalent of constructive. Abbott's Law Dictionary 24, bold emphasis added. I don't know where that's at. In simple terms, something that is lawful is superior than something that is legal. If something is legal, it does not necessarily mean that it is lawful. For example, killing someone intentionally is unlawful, but can be legal. Lawful is about natural rights, and legal deals with rights given by man or the government, permissions, basically. According to the 1893 Dictionary of Arts and Sciences, the general literature, the R.S. Peale 9th Encyclopedia Britannica, the word legal means the undoing of God's law. In the legal system, many legal terms are used to trick you to agree to be a legal person, which is an artificial person, also known as a corporation. A corporation or artificial person is a dead entity that has no natural rights. By tricking you to consent to be a legal person, the dark magicians and their agents of the legal system can legally claim that you have no natural rights unless you rebut their claim. In other words, the legal system is designed to trick you to temporarily give up your natural rights, which are the inherent rights given to you by the Supreme Creator. The process of tricking you to give up your natural rights is the undoing of God's law. This is the deeper meaning of why the word legal means the undoing of God's law. Be aware that when I say God, I am talking about the Supreme Creator, the source of creation, and therefore I am not talking about the ancient gods or the dark lords worshipped by certain secret societies. So what is a legal name?
That's a good question. Is it binding, isn't it? When you say you're bound by your legal name, especially with contracts and stuff like that.
Trick you into believing that, I believe. We're going to find out right here what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, y'all. Anybody, what's we got? DJ New Moon says, interesting. Legal is whatever they dream up this week, says David. You got that about right, brother. You got that. All right, so the legal name is not the name given to you by your parents. Instead, it is a forgery name created by the government to trick you to do business with it. To be more specific, your real name is an appellation. Only things have names. Furthermore, living and breathing people have autographs, not signatures. A signature is used by a corporate officer to do business with a corporation. In other words, your legal name is the corporate name that the government uses to attach you to a dead fictional character so that the government can identify you and do business with you. Because of this, if you want to successfully free yourself from the dark forces in their dead matrix system, you need to stop thinking that the legal name is who you are. Names and legal names are not real people made of flesh and blood. Instead, they are symbols of things, not non-beings. In legal terms, names are artificial persons, which are corporations. Because corporations are artificial persons, they can be pretty much anything. For example, in general, religious institutions, banks, names, and the government are all corporations for the reason that they are fictitious entities. I will say this again, your name or legal name is not who you really are, because you are a nameless spiritual being living in a body of a man, male or female. It is essential that you get this fact through your head, or you will have a very hard time freeing yourself from the Earth Matrix drama. Once you become aware of the legal name fraud and comprehend it, you should feel the magic spell of the legal name slowly losing its effect, causing you to wake up and becoming more aware of who you really are. Some spiritual teachers have said that the legal name is the mark of the beast. In my opinion, the mark of the beast can mean a few different things associated with a mark of spiritual slavery. The legal name is one of them, which is why they always tell you to sign your name on contracts. A word that has strong connection to the legal name or the mark of the beast is signature. The word signature is defined as a person's name or a mark representing it, as signed personally or by deputy, as in subscribing a letter or other document, or any unique distinguishing aspect, feature, or mark, which you can actually make an X if you want to. That's how that works. Every time you sign your name, signature, on a commercial contract, you agree to play the game of commerce, which is a game of battery invented by the dark forces to enslave your body, mind, and soul. In other words, the act of signing your name on a commercial contract is the process of marking yourself with one of the mark of the beasts. In the legal system, when a person's name is written in all lowercase, in other words, John, all lowercase, Quincy Adams, it is usually referring to a natural and living person. Furthermore, when a person is described as John Quincy of the House of Adams, it is referring to a natural and living person. When the name is not written like the previous two examples, 99% of the time it is referring to an artificial person, also known as a corporation. It is important to know that in the legal system, the word person can mean many things, such as a corporation, a legal name, a legal person, artificial person, or a natural person. Nearly 99% of the time, when you receive a letter or document from a bank, court, or government agency, your name is written in all capital letters. This all caps name tells lawyers, attorneys, and judges that it is a legal name of a corporation or a dead man's estate. Oh, Lord. Oh, sorry, guys. If the legal name is written in all capital letters and the letters are italicized, it is the name of a ship. Here are some examples of how the name can be written in various ways. The following information is based on the U.S. legal system. Even though it is based on the U.S. legal system, it should also apply to English-speaking countries that are controlled by the Western legal system. So here, with no capitals at all, John Quincy, Adams, a living American endowed with all his natural rights. John Quincy Adams, with the first letter of each one of the names capitalized, a foreign situs trust used in commercial shipping. John Quincy Adams, all in capitals, is a foreign estate trust. John Q. Adams equals a public transmitting utility company. What? John lowercase q Adams capitalized is a public foundation. John Q. Adams, John and Q all caps when Adams just starts with a capital, is a cooperative. Wow, that's really weird. How do they know all that crap? Keep that in mind. John Quincy Adams, a boat or ship used in public commerce, according to the book titled You Know Something is Wrong When an American Affidavit of Probable Cause. This name is supposed to be italicized, John Quincy Adams. John Quincy Adams, okay, these are all the different examples of it. Now here, if you go Adams, John Q, that's a taxpayer. J.Q. Adams is a foreign pauper forbidden to own land. So there's a bunch of different bullshit goes on with this. Adams, John Q, none being capitalized at all as a slave. There are dozens of different potential meanings that can be arbitrarily assigned to anyone's name and used to represent radically different entities. In a verbal conversation, we can talk all day long about someone or something named John Quincy Adams, and which John Quincy Adams or what kind of John Quincy Adams will never be known, except from the context of the conversation. But on paper, the use of such a system instantly defines what or whom is being talked about, if you know the system. Shortly after you were born, your parents gave you a name. They gave you, or you, E-W-E, a name because you are going to be a good little sheep for the dark magicians. Did you know that the word you, E-W-E, is defined as a female sheep and is pronounced similar to the word you, meaning Y-O-U? The dark magicians like to call you, a sheep or a sheeple because sheep are some of the dumbest animals on the planet, and they are great at following orders. The word sheeple is defined as people compared to sheep in being docile, foolish, or easily led. It is derived from the combination of the two words sheep and people. Why did your parents give you a name? Because the word name sounds like name, which is the sound that a horse likes to make. Besides calling you a sheep, the dark magicians also like to call you a horse because a horse is phonetically horse. If you think this is just coincidence, you have no idea how deep the horse connection goes. Read further and I will show you why it is not a coincidence. So there, gives a whole new meaning to going out horseback riding, doesn't it?
You ever seen Babe before? The movie?
Yeah, about that little pig.
Yeah, the sheep are pretty smart in that movie, but you're doing not too bad for a senile old man. I'm just going to throw that out there for you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're reading quite well.
Who
Somebody
said
yesterday
I was senile? Who said I was senile?
Some guy came in yesterday, one of the trolls, and started making fun of the fact you're doing this. To start with, they called you a senile old man.
Oh, okay. Well,
I timed him out. That's all right.
That's all right. You got to do that. You know what the best thing is just most of the time just ignore them or laugh at them. You know.
Yeah. Well, I did, but he started going off in 3 or 4 different chats, and I'm like, I don't want to sit here and read this the whole time. It's bad.
Hey, go away, you fucking retard. All right, let's see. When a couple have relationship problems and are constantly arguing, they're sometimes described as nagging each other. A nag is an old, inferior, or worthless horse. If they argue and nag at each other for too long, their voices may eventually sound hoarse. Phonetically, the word horse, H-O-A-R-S-E, sounds similar to the word horse, H-O-R-S-E. Maybe the relationship is not stable because the groom, somebody who takes care of a horse, did not pony up enough courage to get a good job. Or maybe they could not afford a baby crib. The word crib is simply an English synonym for pony. As for the word groom, it is defined as a man or boy in charge of horses or the stable. The word stable means a building for the lodging and feeding of horses, cattle, etc. In horse racing, the word stable means an establishment where race horses are kept and trained. As human beings, we are being trained and groomed by the dark forces and their minions to become the horse or whores of Babylon, the ancient capital city of Babylonia. Today, many of the dark teachings and philosophies of certain secret societies can be traced back to Babylon. The word Babylon originated from the Greek version of Akkadian Babylini, meaning the gate of the gods. Be aware that they are not talking about the supreme creator or the gods that live in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Instead, they are talking about the alien gods. Let us turn our attention back to the horse connection. One of the major reasons why a couple argues is for the reasons that they do not know how to manage their time. Etymologically, the word manage is derived from the Italian word managere, which means to handle, especially to control a horse. Another term that is related to horse is ponytail. Sometimes a man does not like it when his woman puts her hair in a ponytail. Yeah, I do. I know what that means. This may sound silly, but some men do get angry at their women for putting their hair in a ponytail too much. Furthermore, women who do not have nice bangs can be a turnoff for some men. Bangs, huh? Bangs usually do not cause too many relationship issues, so they should not be the main problem. Oh, I know, maybe the man does not like to bang his woman anymore. When the German word pony is translated into English, it means bang, bangs, or fringe. In English, the word pony is defined as a horse of any small type or breed. Do you still think the horse or whores connection is just a coincidence? We have barely scratched the surface of the horse connection. The legal name and commerce. So what do you think about the horse connection?
I don't know.
Over.
No, I can see it. You know,
Yeah.
it has multiple meanings. So
grooming, the whole damn A lot of the words that fall right into the stable, as
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is
Brindle,
that there again, the
Brindle.
phonetics, the sound. We look at it, it
Rings.
tricks us because it's spelled different, used in a different context, but it's still the same phonetics. They're there, the same sound, the same frequency, same vibration.
Blinders is another
Yeah.
one. They put the blinders on the side so
The
you can
reins,
focus
yeah, like you said.
forward. Yeah, lots of word connections there to everything associated with that has multiple meanings, not just what you think when you hear it and then you envision something. It has multiple meanings and it's multiple.
Yeah.
It's different when you look at everything that way and you can see that. It makes you really kind of see what they're really pushing you into or what they're really pushing you to do. The permission.
What has he got going on here? Black's Law Dictionary says A person equals C person. What?
Huh?
You sure?
I've never heard that one.
I'll have to get.
Well,
I got one over here. I'll get out maybe.
Because in their definition, you are a person, but then they use the term, well, are you doing it in person? And then then lawfully they would ask you, person is also used as you, like a cop says, in your person. So there's different terminologies on how
on
you
your
would use
person.
it.
Do you have anything on your person? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you can see that when you look the word person and see what it actually means because of how they use it, then you understand where it's going.
Right.
There's a lawful way to say it. There's a common way to say it, like me and you would say something, and then there might be other uses of it to meaning of a device or a piece of clothing. I mean, when you think about the physicality of it, it's different.
Real bad man says sorry typo. Okay. All right. So what's long and hard and full of steam? A submarine, flatmate. Submarine.
Yeah, so I was reading Flatmates earlier. Big Bangs went out in the 80s.
So let's see. The legal name in commerce. In commerce, when you see a name written in all capital letters, it is a corporate name or legal name, which is a corporation. The legal name plays a significant role in your life because it is used by the government as a conduit or liaison so that it can do business with you, the natural living person. This is why whenever the government, bank, or any corporation sends you a document with your legal name on it, 99% of the time it is written in all capital letters. The process that allows the government to legally claim you as a corporate entity involves the creation of a fictional character and then tricking you to consent to be that fictional character, which is the artificial person or legal name. This legal name was created shortly after you were born and was recorded on a bond. This bond that represents the date of your birth is known as your birth certificate. The word bond is legally defined as a contract by specialty to pay a certain sum of money, being a deed or instrument under seal, by which a maker or obliger promises and therefore thereto binds himself, his heirs, executors, and administrators to pay a designated sum of money to another, usually with a clause to the effect that upon performance of a certain condition as to pay another and smaller sum, the obligation shall be void. To connect the dots, the birth certificate bond is a financial contract created to enslave your body, mind, and soul so that they can use you as collateral for the debt of the government. Anyone who has a birth certificate has been physically and spiritually enslaved by the dark forces. Unfortunately, most people are unaware of this fraud. Because of this, they have little chance of freeing themselves from the birth certificate bond. This certificate is a magic contract. Therefore, it not only bonds you at the physical level, but also at the spiritual level. Have you ever wondered why birth certificates have seals on them? These seals are sigils. The word sigil is derived from the Latin word sigilla, meaning seal. Keep in mind that each alphabet of a language system is also a sigil. The word sigil is defined as a sign, word, or device held to have occult power in astrology or magic. Words are sigils because the letters that make up the words were created using sacred geometry and sacred science. Let us turn our attention back to the legal name. Shortly after you were born, the government gave you a legal name that looked nearly identical to the name given to you by your parents. Your legal name, which is used by the government to do business with you, the body of water or liquid, is written in all capital letters because it is a piece of liquidated capital, or cap it all. In other words, your legal name has been securitized and turned into a financial instrument to seal your body so it can be sold in commerce, hence the term liquidated capital. To liquidate something is to sell it off entirely or sell it to pay off a debt. This process of liquidating something to make money is called liquidated capital. Why is that, you may ask? Because you, the person who has been scrutinized, were born in the womb of your mother, which was mostly made of water. You are also mostly made of water yourself. Because you are mostly made of liquid and have been securitized, you are considered liquidated capital. The word capital comes from the Latin word capitalis, meaning of the head. Hence, capital, chief first. Capital, chief first. It also comes from another Latin word, caput, which translates to English as head, and in German it means broken. Kaput. All right. When you really study the occult definitions in the previous few paragraphs, you should come to the conclusion that the process of turning you into capital money or liquidated capital is their way of saying that you have a bounty on your head. Your birth certificate is the bond with your legal name written on it in all capital letters, and therefore it is the financial document of security that has the value of the bounty on your head. This is why your birth certificate is traded on the stock market. In Western world and many Eastern countries, people are born with a bounty on their heads due to the fact that their government considers them as enemies of the state. According to Judge Dale, author of The Great American Adventure, The Secrets of America, if you live in the USA, the act that makes you an enemy of the U.S. government is the Trading with the Enemy Act. Even though the corporate U.S. government considers you a U.S. citizen as an enemy of the state, it actually has no jurisdiction over you as a man with a body made of flesh and blood. However, if you agree to be a United States citizen, then the U.S. government has jurisdiction over you. The good news is that the U.S. government only has jurisdiction over you when you are acting in the capacity of a United States citizen. For example, if you have a driver's license, the only time when the police has jurisdiction over you is when you are driving a vehicle registered to the state. By driving a registered vehicle, you are acting in the capacity of a government agent. In other words, the U.S. government only has jurisdiction over you when you are using your driver's license or any government-issued ID or contract with the legal name. The reason why the U.S. government has jurisdiction over United States citizens is due to the fact that they are considered artificial persons or corporations, and therefore they have no natural rights. Furthermore, United States citizens are considered employees of the United States, Inc., and thus are bound to the acts and statutes or rules and codes of a corporation. If you want proof that the United States is a corporation, look at subsection 15 and 15A in Title 28 U.S. Code section 3002. And let's see, does that actually take us to it? Is that, yeah, it did. Okay, cool. We'll look at that. And you should see this sentence: United States means a federal corporation. And I'm going to put this link down here in the chat if anybody wants to go over and look at it. I don't want to have to switch my screen. Put it over here, and I'm going to put it over in the chat on this side too. There's one more quarter is over there. Good to see you, my friend. And there's the link to that. Title 28 U.S. Code section 3002. Okay. It says the United States means a federal corporation, and let's see. Where does it say that's at? Let me look at something real quick. United States means. Okay, United States means A, a federal corporation, B, an agency, department, commission, board, or other entity of the United States, or an instrumentality of the United States. Okay, cool. I'm going to bookmark that. That's interesting. All right. The act that legally created a corporate version of the United States of America was the District of Columbia Organic Act of 1871. Unlike the country United States of America, which is a republic and is written with lowercase u in the word united, the United States of America, the U, the S, and the A capitalized, Inc., is a democracy. Shortly after the Great Depression of the 1930s, the United States of America, Inc. changed its name to the United States, Inc. However, it is common for the United States, Inc. to do business as the United States of America, Inc. In a society, let me see something here. Okay. In a society where the people are ignorant and irresponsible, democracy is one of the worst forms of government. The word democracy comes from the Greek word demos, which means common people. A group of common people can also be called a mob. One of the origins of the word cracy is the Latin word cratia, meaning power, might, rule, sway, power over, a power, authority. Based on these occult definitions, democracy means mob rule, literally. It literally means mob rule. In a democracy, the voting power of the majority overrules the rights of the minority. For example, if a person were on trial for not believing in God and 51% of the people in the room vote that he should be hung, that person would be hung for not believing in God. In a republic, that person's free will and natural rights would be protected. Do you understand now why democracy means mob rule? This is why, there he is. He's back. He's back. He's back. Shady's back. This is why in a
Windows.
What happened? Yeah, I know, the fucking Windows. What's giving you such a problem, Chad?
I have no idea. I just ran another, as if this will fix the problem, but I ran another update. They just put out, it's supposed to fix the iPad problem, but we'll see.
Oh, my word.
Who knows if it really does that, right?
It's maddening. That kind of shit gets maddening.
Yeah, I'll have a laptop here shortly, so whatever.
Let's see. He says, so this is why in a society where the people are ignorant and irresponsible, democracy is one of the worst forms of government. Today, most people in the USA and throughout the world are ignorant and irresponsible, which is why it is easy for the dark magicians, dark magicians of the New World Order to enslave them under their democratic government. Do you understand now why the US government is always talking about spreading democracy throughout the world? Yeah, no shit, right? Bomb the fuck out of them, too. Democracy is just another form of communism, except that the people have the privilege to vote. However, their votes do not really matter because the voting system is rigged. Keep in mind that a privilege is not a natural right, and therefore it can be taken away by the government. Here's how the voting system is used to drain your energy. This spring 2016, so this is about a 10-year-old book here, many Americans are watching the 2016 presidential debate so they can make an informed decision to vote for the candidate that they believe is the best to lead their country. And you can put this with any election, right? What most Americans do not realize is that the presidential debate is a play, and therefore all presidential candidates are actors auditioning for an acting job of a corporation called the United States. May the best actor win. After being hired, the new president is assigned to more acting lessons so he or she can become one of the best professional actors and liars that money can buy. The dark magicians like presidents who are professional actors and liars because they can easily fool the American people to support the United States, Inc. and help expand its franchise around the world. The word franchise means the right or license granted by a company to an individual or group to market its products or services in a specific territory. But did you know that the word franchise can also mean the right to vote? This is why they say these people that couldn't vote were disenfranchised, right? Like any corporate employee, when a presidential candidate wins an election and is sworn into office, he or she becomes an employee of the United States, a federal corporation. Do you remember what I said earlier about Title 28, U.S. Code 3002? Under Title 20, under that, subsection 15 and 15A, United States means a federal corporation. It is right in their so-called laws, which are not laws, but are acts and statutes, hence the play called the Presidential Debate Act. The presidential debate is a play because it has presidential candidates or actors standing behind a podium like statues, as they are worshipped like idols by naive citizens. The word idol is defined as an image or other material object representing a deity to which religious worship is addressed. Today, the U.S. government is the new god or deity of Americans, and their new religion is democracy. As an employee of the United States, Inc., the president has to follow the rules and codes or acts and statutes of the United States, or the president will be fired. Unlike a traditional employee, the president can only be fired by his or her board of directors, also known as the Congress. By now, you should start to see how the offices of the United States are constructed like a corporation, which is why the United States has a president and vice president and a few secretary offices. One of its departments is even called the U.S. Department of Human Resources. Because the United States is a corporation, it also has shareholders, which are the leaders of the New World Order. Most, if not all, of these leaders practice the art of dark magic, which is why I like to call them the dark magicians or the controllers. Some people like to refer to them as the elite, the cabal, or the international banksters. Because the United States has shareholders, its top priority is to make sure its shareholders are happy. The most profitable business for the United States is war. Well, damn it, we're always in it. We're always in it too, boy. Which is why it has been constantly at war with other countries. Read this informative article titled America has been at war 93% of the time, 222 out of 239 years since 1776. And I would bet that's a little outdated. Let me see if that opens to anything. Yes, it does. So I'm going to put that link in the chat as well for anyone that would be interested in looking at that. Let me put that down here. Let me go over here and put it over into the Rumble chat as well. All right. Look at there. We're just moving along like a herd of turtles on a plate glass window. Huh? And you will know what I mean. All of these unlawful wars are engineered or partially planned by the controllers of the New World Order to make money and spread tyranny around the world. Because the people controlling the United States, Inc., like to engineer unlawful wars, and the president is their main actor, anyone who goes to a U.S. presidential debate or votes for a presidential candidate is pretty much spitting on the graves of the people who died fighting or standing up for freedom. What a disgrace to humanity, life, truth, and freedom. Worst of all, what a disgrace to the Supreme Creator. I got to agree with that. I really do. One important thing you need to know about the United States, Inc. is that its flag, which is the flag with the 50 stars and the 13 stripes made of the colors red, white, and blue, does not represent the country called the United States of America. Instead, it represents the corporation known as the United States, Inc., usually written in all capital letters, which was formerly the Virginia Company. And before that, I think it was the East India Trading Company. I think one way or the other. Well, the Virginia Trading Company was the same thing. Another important thing you need to know about the flag of the United States, Inc. is that when its border has a gold fringe, it represents a U.S. military flag of war. This flag deals with martial law, territorial law, and admiralty maritime law. When you see the gold fringe of a U.S. flag in a government building, in other words, a courtroom, it means that common law rights in the Constitution are suspended or void, and therefore the building is operating under military and commercial law. The U.S. military flag of war, which is the U.S. flag with the gold fringe on its border, was traditionally flown over U.S. military buildings only during wartime. Today, this flag is seen in nearly every court in the USA and in the offices of U.S. politicians. In other words, Americans are living under a less severe form of martial law. If you have a flag of the United States, Inc. in your home or yard, you might want to remove it and throw it away. This flag does not really represent freedom because it is a flag of the United States, Inc., a corporation controlled by the New World Order. The NWO is a secret organization controlled by mostly Western secret societies. Its main goal is to enslave the human race under a fascist and Nazi-type one-world government. Because the flag with the 50 stars in red and white stripes is the flag of the United States, Inc., if you are the type of people who likes to protest against the U.S. government, do not bring that flag with you to protest. If you were to bring it with you and wave it around like it represents freedom, you would be making a fool of yourself. It is like going to a protest against the Nazis while at the same time wearing a pro-Nazi shirt and carrying a Nazi flag. One thing you should know about protests is that they do not create real positive change, so it is best to avoid them. When you protest, you are basically telling the government that you want change, but you want the government to do it for you. In other words, you are still an incompetent baby who is not responsible enough yet to be free from the control of the government. Once you know that the U.S. presidential candidates are actors auditioning for a corporate job of the United States, Inc., you should know why it is pointless to vote for these candidates. The U.S. voting system is a big fat scam anyway, so you are just wasting your time when you go vote at the voting booth. The truth is, as a United States citizen, you do not have the right to vote. In legal terms, your right to vote is actually a privilege because to be a United States citizen means that you are a legal person, also known as a corporation. Do you need evidence of this? According to Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition, a corporation is an artificial person or legal entity created by or under the authority of the laws of a state. An artificial person or legal person is considered a dead entity because it does not exist in the real world. Who died? Because a corporation is an artificial person, it has no natural rights, such as the right to vote, the right to speak, and the right to make choices. So when U.S. politicians tell you that you have the right to vote as a United States citizen, they are already lying to you. What's happening, Party Poet?
Oh, not much. I sort of missed out on yesterday's episode where you might want to add that your parents are actually called informants on your birth certificate, I think. When they apply, they're called informants.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's yesterday's is available for replay too. We went through the first 2 chapters. We're almost finished with this chapter here, so then we're gonna move
Okay,
on.
well, how about I wait, and then I'll give you some ideas on
all right
what you can do afterwards with it.
We've actually played that on a different video on a different stream, so yeah.
So let's see. All right. Every time you vote for a U.S. politician to represent you in office, you consent to be governed by treasonous politicians. Nearly all of these politicians do not care about you for the reason that they work for the dark magicians and their New World Order. All U.S. politicians working in Washington, D.C. have sworn a solemn oath to the NWO, and therefore their allegiance is to the British monarchy, the Crown Temple, and the Vatican, and not the American people. The right to vote in the United States is a big fat fraud because your vote does not really matter and the voting system is rigged, somewhat like a casino. Furthermore, when you vote, you are not voting for a president of a country, but for a president of a foreign corporation known as the United States, Inc. also doing business as the United States of America, Inc. One thing you need to know about the U.S. voting system is that the presidential candidates are chosen by the dark magicians of the New World Order, and they control both the Republican and the Democratic parties. The idea that we have choices when it comes to electing U.S. presidential candidates is an illusion. As an American, when you vote, you are basically committing treason against the country called the United States of America, which is made up of 50 separate states operating as a nation on the land jurisdiction. The United States, Inc. is operating under the international jurisdiction of the sea, which is based on admiralty law, the law of the sea. This law deals with the commerce and therefore is sometimes known as the law of money. If you really want to know what you are doing when you vote, you need to study the occult definitions of the word vote. At the deeper level, the process of voting is a religious ritual created by the dark forces to drain your energy and enslave your body, mind, and soul. Do you need evidence of this? Read further and I will show you the evidence. The word vote is defined as a formal expression of opinion or choice, either positive or negative, made by an individual or body of individuals, or the means by which such expression is made, as a ballot, ticket, etc. These two definitions of the word vote only show you the overt meanings of the word vote. To find the occult meanings of the word vote, you need to use the art of phonics to help you see the relation among the words. Phonetically, the word vote sounds nearly identical to the word volt. Where do voters go to vote or volt at? They go to a voting booth or a polling booth. The word poll sounds similar to the word pole, P-O-L-E, which is defined as either of the two regions or parts of an electric battery, magnet, or the like that exhibits electrical or magnetic polarity. In other words, a pole is the electric battery pole of positive or negative. This is why when you go vote, you go to the polls so that you can place your volt on the candidate that you want to see put in charge. Once the vote or votes are counted, the politician or politician that receives the most votes is the candidate that will be elected into the position of power. Maybe this is why it is called power politics. Every time you vote, you consent to give your electrical energy to the dark forces so that they can use it to power their corporations or corpses and New World Order. It is all about tricking you into giving up your life force energy. The presidential election is a sick and evil con game created by the dark forces to con you to agree to be a human battery so that they can drain your life force energy to power their dead matrix and corporations. This is why before they can summon you to go to court, they need to charge you first, just like charging a battery before its energy is drained to power electronic devices. By now, you should know that your legal name is a name of a corporation, which is why 99% of the time it is written in all capital letters. It is important to know that even when your name is not written in all capital letters, it could still represent a corporation. Once you comprehend this process, you should know that your legal name is often written in all capital letters because it has been incorporated and securitized, so it can be used in commerce. Another reason why your legal name is often written in all capital letters on government contracts, in other words, birth certificates, is because capital letters are more effective for creating magic spells. Your birth certificate is not just a record of birth, it is also a spiritual contract that is sealed with a dark magic. This is why there are sigils or seals on your birth certificate. Your parents' signatures are also sigils or seals, and therefore, on the day they signed your birth certificate, their actions spiritually sealed or bonded you to the birth certificate contract. When you split the word signature into two words, it transforms into signature. The prefix sig is defined as right, mark, label. As for the word nature, one of its origins is the Latin word natura, which literally means birth. It can also mean course of things, natural character, constitution, quality, the universe. Based on these occult definitions, when your parents sign their signatures on your birth certificate that has your name on it, They marked you with sigils and therefore spiritually and magically bonded you to the birth certificate contract. By doing this, they also signed your natural rights away to the state, making you a property of the government. Unfortunately, your parents most likely did not know this for the reason that they lacked the knowledge to understand magic. The signature and legal name are two of the marks of the beast. And then that is the end of chapter 3 tonight. So, as you were saying, sir, Mr. Party Poet. Hello. Where are we at?
Can I add something to this? Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Party.
As I was saying, basically, I made a video that helps explain everything you said, but you can basically, if you have a passport, doesn't matter which country, because they all went bankrupt. And when a country goes bankrupt, it puts its citizen up as collateral.
Right.
So they gave the citizen a whole lot of money. We're talking billions. And you can't even spend it. But basically, I can show people how, with a passport, they get $5 million every 6 months because it's their money to begin with. They don't have to sell a vacuum cleaner.
I've heard of people having the government come after them for that shit, though, too.
Well, basically, the way it works is if they think you don't know what you're doing, they will do everything in their power to scare the bejesus out of you. And if you don't fall for that, then basically they go away, or they don't even show up if they think you haven't some idea of what's going on. There have been cases where a person was, since you can, he was buying cars, because a lot of people don't know that you can write yourself checks, which is what I figured out. But first I want people to go and learn this stuff. And if they go on my channel, which is basically Party Poet 2012.
Put the link in the private chat, and I'll stick it out here on the regular chat for everybody.
How do I do that? I'm new on the phone.
All right, let me see if I can find it real
quick. What's your channel?
Party Poet
2012 at gmail.com.
Oh, no. What's your YouTube channel?
On YouTube, it's Party Poet 2012.
Okay.
But basically, I made a video that shows you a website that shows you all the paperwork that you will need. And the trick is that a lot of countries or basically a lot of people in a lot of countries are missing out on, is the fact that the paperwork is only available in the US. So what I tell people to do is you become a foreign national based in the US, living wherever you live now, and then you can use the exact same paperwork that's available on that website, which is free. Everything's free unless you ask them to do it for you, and then it's not free.
Well, how much have you gotten? How much have you gotten from it?
I'm on my first check, which I got not too long ago. So, but I also explain how you don't have to go to jail, and it's based on what you were talking about. But the object is that you can keep the ship in dry dock and never make it and even enter the water, and the judge has to do whatever you want because you're not letting his ship leave dry dock. And you do that by, like you said, your legal name screws you in court because it tells the judge. That's the first question. If anybody ever wants to think about, no matter what you're there for, you could be there for a traffic ticket, or defending yourself for premeditated murder, the first question is always, what's your name? And if you tell your legal name, you're telling the court, one, it can leave dry dock, and now basically the judge has all the power in the world, and his job is, and on top of that, you're telling him that you're a retarded minor, which is incapable of making any decisions, and it wants the court to do anything they want to you. That so it also, what I teach is for people to use their proper name, and then I also teach people what to say in court, and the judge is basically becomes your friend and does whatever you want. But the way it works, why nobody's ever seen this, is what ends up happening is when you first come in the morning for whatever you're there for, you're going to tell the court basically that you don't want to play by their rules, and the judge will ask you to think about it and come back in the afternoon, and you're going to be the last person to basically go up. And that's why nobody's ever seen this work, is because there's nobody in the courtroom. The judge will even start asking people, who the hell are you that you're still here, before your name is even called, to make sure the courtroom is clear. And then they call you up, and then the judge drops everything, because you told him that he's not allowed to leave dry dock because you used your proper name, which just basically means you just add beneficiary in front of your name, and ooh la la, now it's your proper name. But now you're a living, breathing human being, and none of the laws in court apply to a living, breathing human being. And the judge has to let you walk unless you're there for murder or anything that's been premeditated ahead of time. Other than that, they got no jurisdiction over you, and they have to let you go. But all I've ever gotten popped for was not complying with COVID charges. Pretty much was the only. But after that, after you go through jail twice, because you do end up going to jail, because you see the judge in the morning, so the cops do give you the line of tell it to the judge. But then after 2 rounds, the cops no longer want to take you to jail because they don't get paid for it. Because if you kept the ship in dry, because it's about 200 grand to put you in jail just for overnight, and another 200,000 to convict you, and that's why they can keep you there for as long as they want, because they already got paid from that trust that I talk about. And the website has tons of tons of success stories as well. And my video,
I put the link to your channel in the chat. I'll do it one more time too. I put it over on Rumble as well, and see if anybody maybe I'll pop some views up on you.
that would be appreciated, because I've noticed that the oligarchy is doing its best to convince people that claiming your sovereignty doesn't work. And the 2 places that they run to is, one, your lawyer, who's also taught through the free education that we got that this is retarded, and they'll tell you it's retarded. And 2, they run on YouTube. And if you ever watch court cases in YouTube, they first ask the poor guy, what's your name? And they give them their legal name. And afterwards they go, now I would like to talk about how you're going to lick my ass and kiss it and let me go. And the judge goes, no, I'm not.
How did you first acquire this information, just out of curiosity?
I stumbled upon it by luck.
By luck.
Actually. Yeah, by luck. I was, because YouTube really was censoring this. But there's a fella out there called Christopher Hauser, and he basically did it in 2016 or 2017. And then he and then a lot of websites that popped up which were friendly to him. None of them tell people that, go become a foreign national and you get treated better in whatever country you live in as a goddamn foreigner, which we've all been taught is bad. But you're treated better as a foreigner than you are than the citizen in the country. It's really hilarious how that works. But this is the one thing that all the websites seem to be missing out on as far as telling people, because a lot of people are listening to this show outside of the US where everything is sugar coated and paved with gravy for you to go and do this. But everybody else gets a really hard time. And by the way, I want to tell people that if you live in the communist countries, which we've all been brought up as they're the bad guys, this works identical there.
You'd probably be
So
better
it
served.
works everywhere.
You know that Sav's son, Burn the Corporate Fiction, talks about this on his channel, right? Or do you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'd probably be more served to go on that channel.
Definitely.
Your audience would probably definitely like to hear from you on there.
Yeah, I'll put a
link for
that's what I'm about to do.
I was going to ask you a question. Well, not a question. I was making a statement. Like the electoral colleges, for instance, that's the way they rig the election from the go. The popular election doesn't elect your president to start with. The electoral college actually makes the final decision on it, which is they have university and corporate interests already drilled into that, don't they? So,
oh sure, into the state, the states themselves.
Yeah,
I put it both in the regular chat and in the private chat.
No.
Okay.
So
But
somebody said about the we were talking about the shit. Where'd I go? There it is. That UPS plane crashing. Better footage of it. This is like from a dash cam. This is crazy.
Yeah, the pickup truck one. Is that the link I threw in there?
Oh, this is one I already had.
Yeah, all right, that's the one I threw in there.
The same one. It's
yeah,
it's the same one.
Friggin' awesome.
Look at that.
Oh man.
Look at that guy backing out right there.
He's like, hell with this, I'm out.
What? They're gonna think I did it. Look at these guys, man. Get the fuck out of here. What are they thinking? They don't know, man. There's like, it could be under attack. You
He's still got like a torque wrench in his hand or something.
Yeah, man.
The sound must have been friggin' unbelievable.
Look at that. Watch this. He's getting sparks for him.
Yep.
Doing it trick. What the fuck was on that plane? What the fuck was on that plane to cause all that explosion thing? Couldn't have had, I mean, it couldn't have been full of fuel.
Yeah, they probably had chemicals or something on there.
Well, it was taking off.
Hazardous material.
Oh,
it was taking off and went down.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was taking off and an engine fell off of it, broke off, and then it started to drop. So they just leveled it like they were landing. That's the only thing you could do. I think mine has more angles if you look at mine.
Yeah, but the way the flames carried, something had to have been leaking from it. Well, I mean, clearly, but I mean, just saying that more than just.
It actually tilted over to the side, and the wing hit a building, and then it sliced through the top of the building.
Yeah, I saw that. Nose
down while it was, so
that was nice. I just got a phone call from Jaden, guys. He's doing all right. He got a free 60-second phone call.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He's probably working in the infirmary. Or,
No, he's on the
doing-
chain gang working the roads.
Oh, really? They
What?
give you
How
jobs.
long's he got to do that? How long's he getting there?
I'm not sure, man. Like 5 years is what I heard last.
Wow. Wow. What they say he did?
Well, he got into an accident.
Car accident.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know where I'm going with this next.
Yeah,
You've been there yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Just glad that mine never ended up like that. It could have very easily.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some wild connections between that plane and also what else happened yesterday. Dick Cheney died, right?
Holy crap.
And
Say
was
so.
he vice president during 9/11? Right?
Yeah.
All right, check this out. These are
something to think about before you start this. The three people around him were named Dick, Colin, and Bush.
That's a good one.
Well, this guy, he always struck me as like that guy. He's a bad motherfucker. There's some shit about him, right? And you remember he accidentally shot that dude in the face, right?
Yeah, hunting.
And that dude that he shot apologized to him. That's what a fucking. I laughed my ass off. I was like, what? The guy that got shot apologized to Dick Cheney for getting shot.
How did that go? The apology, like, I'm sorry I got in the way of your bullet.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm sorry that I tried to stop your bullet.
Paul Hexton said Dick will be missed by many twats.
Yeah. This is crazy. Wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. It starts out that way.
Insane. Yesterday, on November 4th, it was reported that Vice President Dick Cheney had passed away. Dick Cheney was the vice president during the attacks of 9/11. On the FBI's website, they state that 2,976 people died as a result of the September 11th attacks. What's odd is that also yesterday, UPS Flight 2976 crashed. So on the same day that Dick Cheney passes away, he's connected to September 11th, where 2,976 people die. You have UPS Flight 2976 crash. That's weird. Not only that, but the model of the plane that was used for flight UPS 2976, the MD-11, that was retired from passenger service 11 years and 9 days from the date of the crash. And wouldn't you know it, as of today, the news is reporting that 9 people have died and 11 people are injured.
Good God.
And oddly, last night, Donald Trump puts out a post that says, "And so it begins." This phrase is famously used in the movie Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. It's just weird. Probably.
That's some pretty fucking crazy coincidences, isn't it? We lost Cubby again. Damn it.
Yeah. No, Chad's here.
Oh, Chad's here. Who did we? Oh, we lost the other dude.
The new guy. Yeah.
The new guy.
We lost Chad right when you said that.
Chad.
And then we lose Chad. Jesus. Come on, guys.
That's a weird coincidence. The 9/11, I thought too. That seemed a little bit off. And the dates, especially.
Here's a little bit more on that crash.
This is the best, clearest footage we have so far of the MD-11 accident. You can even see engine number 1 missing in this footage. This was first posted by Anela Hadzik on Facebook. She said it's from her dad's dash cam, so credit to her. So let's take a look at this. It kind of starts where the airport footage drops off. We can see the plane is airborne, but it's essentially brushing the tops of these trees. It hits some power lines and things right about here. Now, I don't know the exact reference of where this is compared to the airport, and we'll leave it on this frame for a second, because you can see that this engine number 1 is completely just clean gone. And then right as it crosses the street, it impacts the ground. And as we've seen from all the other footage, a massive ball of fire. This is the best, clearest.
Oh,
sabotage. You
Lost,
say
lost an engine. He lost an
Yeah.
engine.
It was taken off, and the engine, it lost an engine. And then I think that it started to have problems where it couldn't lift. It couldn't get enough lift, or something happened. The system shut down or something. And they were just like, okay, well, let's just glide it in like we're landing it. Hopefully we can, But I think what happened was it went down and then tipped over because of the weight and lost a wing. Wing cut into the ground. Yeah. Oh, dude, it slid for like a mile. All the parts and the wing and fuselage and smashed through shit. And it's like through a recycling plant. It's like, yeah.
Do engines normally just fall off planes?
No, but normally that means that it's bad maintenance or faulty something they didn't look at, or some
Probably
kind of structural
DEI
failure.
higher. Oh yeah, we're not on that no more, are we?
Yeah.
We don't care about the DEI no more. We're on something else now. Are we at
But-
where are we at today? What is the big hype today? Well, we've been bombing. Oh yeah, he's gonna blow the shit up out of Nigeria
For what?
because they have oil, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what I saw today that showed up in my feed today?
What's that?
They're putting commercials on what do you call it now, to vacation in Argentina.
Oh wow.
Because Malay did all that. They just did that money swap. United States
Yeah,
gave them
yeah.
like $20 billion. All of a sudden today, I see a commercial for vacation in Argentina. And I was
Huh.
like, hey, look at that. How convenient.
It's like don't cry for me, Argentina. Was a good one there. Evita, wasn't that what that was?
Yeah, that movie.
Evita Peron, about Evita Peron. Wow, how do I know all this dumb shit? I don't even know.
They still use the peso. Found that out.
Do they?
They ain't
Yeah.
gonna quit.
It's like its value is next to nothing.
Well, we might see some coming back from down around
Maybe.
that way. Soldiers on leave going, like they did in Vietnam. They go to
Yeah.
Go to the Philippines, they get pesos. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're real friendly with Argentina. That's why I thought it was kind of weird that all of a sudden I see a commercial to vacation in Argentina. I was like, wow, where did this come from?
That can only mean an infestation of Jews.
Yeah, it's the new Cuba. Well, they were talking about, China and stuff having connections with the South, trying to get, their whole road thing that they're doing so they can trade around the world.
Yeah.
And I think that had something. I think because they were trying to get a lot of influence in Panama too. And that's why I think now you'll start to see a lot of stuff about South America. And that's why all of a sudden I'm seeing Argentina stuff. I'm like, why? So it must be like. So I did a little searching today, and I found out that they gave them $20 billion American dollars to boost up their economy. They did a money swap. So we now have investment in Argentina.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Well, and people on the way to getting skinny again. We got this Ozempic. We got this shit out there that, in case you see, because they found out that obesity and diabetes was due to low levels of reptile venom.
Yeah.
Gila monster venom. Is that what you were saying earlier?
And there's some lawsuits out there, and I think this is crazy because that guy that keeled over at the fucking White House today, did you see that?
No.
Yeah, the head of the company that does the Ozempic, he was there.
Oh yeah, you were talking about it earlier.
Fucking dude fell over, like, I don't know if he died or not. I'll show you here in a minute. But holy man, this is, and Trump, he just kind of like stands there and watches. I mean, I don't know what he'd be expected to do, but I mean, you'd figure he'd like, oh, I don't know. The picture I saw looked like he was kind of upset.
Huh?
What is it, party?
Okay, here, party.
Oh, it sounds like my microphone was.
And I hear you now.
Oh, glad I fixed it. I was going to say that in Argentina, you can go during their festival Their biggest festival of the year is called Heil Hitler. I shit you not, that's their name.
Interesting.
Oh my God. My wife says she's out of town right now. She's up in New York. And she said she bought a lighter holder at Dollar General. They asked for her birthday for a lighter holder, a case. Not an actual lighter.
A lighter holder.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've about had it with this fucking nanny state shit, man. I really have. I have, man. It's getting on my nerves.
Do you remember when they started to bring in the safety lighters, the ones where you had to,
oh my God, yes.
Everybody's breaking the stupid safety thing off. Break that off immediately.
Yeah. That's one on this one here. It's got an
had the little tab on it.
Big lighter used to have a little wheel right here too, where you could raise and lower the flame. Boy, you could get that sucker up about like a blowtorch sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when they first came out, I had one that had the clip on the side you had to push up, and nobody would ever steal my lighter.
Yeah. They're like, why don't this work? Throw it back on the table.
There's that frog. Anyway.
The $2 billion lawsuit for Ozempic just hit. And what's coming out is truly horrifying. Muscle wasting. And we're not talking a little, we're talking 20 years of muscle lost in only 1 year of taking this. Doctors say losing this much muscle contributes to you aging faster, losing strength in your heart, destroys your metabolism. It gets scarier though. Plaintiffs developed gastroparesis, which means stomach paralysis. Food just sits in their stomach, just rotting. Imagine being so backed up you vomit for days. You end up in the ER. They have to shove a tube down your nose just to empty out your stomach. And for some of the plaintiffs, they have said their whole gastrointestinal tract cannot function anymore, can't even move. That's not bad enough. Patients are reporting losing their teeth because this medication will dry out all of the mucous membranes. And what happens is if you're not having healthy saliva, it affects your teeth so quickly. Nightmare doesn't stop there. There are cases of sudden permanent blindness, according to the documents. Waking up one day with no vision, no way to bring it back ever. Yeah, and pancreatitis and kidney failure. So $2 billion for this lawsuit is just the beginning, according to the lawyers. Ask yourself, is the shot worth losing your strength, your independence, your smile, possibly even life-altering consequences?
Well, if you can't digest food, you're gonna die, right?
Yeah, but you'll be skinny.
Yeah, you'll have bird bones.
God, that is
Did
so
you see?
crazy.
Did you see the Ozzy Osbourne funeral thing? Did you see all the daughters and the mother? They all are.
Oh yeah, they look terrible.
All look scary, like bird bone, frail, scary.
Where is the dude dropping?
See what vanity will get you? I'm telling you.
You know that video. It looks great till basically the lawyer's going to tell him it doesn't matter. You can't sue vaccine manufacturers for anything.
Yeah, but
the CEO of Pfizer can basically walk into the office and stab anyone right in front of everybody, and you can't sue them because you can't touch the vaccine companies with anything. It's rigged bad.
Touch them. Here's where this happened at the White House.
All right.
And creating high-value jobs. But today you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
Trump's probably using the force on him.
Thank you, press. Cameras, we're done with you. Cameras.
And creating high-value jobs.
There's other views of it too.
I love how the women run around and go, cameras, no cameras, no cameras.
That was an Ozempic exec.
Yeah, well, it must be doing good.
Did you see he passed out right underneath Ronald Reagan's portrait too? That was just bad. That's not where I want to pass out in front of Ronald Reagan's portrait in the White House.
Oh yeah, you remember we watched Stinky Cash? Remember his video about the Israeli flags?
Yep.
Out in where's that winter? What's that place down in Florida? Jared Kushner paid for that shit, dude.
Yep. I forget the name.
It'll come to me.
That's the first time I really took a look at Kushner.
Or no, New Jersey. I'm sorry.
He's a weird bloke. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was me.
I'll look it up.
Anyway, that shit went viral on TikTok, man. 155,000 views. Shit went crazy.
Yeah, good for him, man. Long
Hey guys,
branch.
Jeff here. I'm coming at you live from Pier Village. It's a full moon. We've got the American flag at half-mast for the passing of Vice President Dick Cheney. But as you can see, all the Israeli flags have been removed from Pier Village. We did it, guys. We did it. Mission accomplished. We stood together. We united. We had strength in numbers. And we accomplished our goal. And now the only flag being flown here is the American flag, not that disgusting flag of Israel. This issue has brought together people on the left and the right. We've stood united against Zionism, and I'm proud of every single one of you. Great job, guys. Thanks for your support, and thanks for making these videos go viral. We couldn't have done it without you. Thanks again.
Good job, Cash.
Pretty cool.
Good job, everybody. I sent him a mail.
I never thought I would hear that in my lifetime. We had to remove a foreign state's flag off our poles.
Oh, not just one, 6.
Yeah.
And they were defending it the whole time, and then trying to make it look like a coup and insulting him. And it was insane. All those things. Every time he would go to talk, they would sit there and try and berate him. Try to, it's like, please, he's got the right to say it. You don't like it? Tough. Quit your job. Go into the private sector. If you don't want to serve, then you can leave.
Yeah.
Period. My tax money pays for your job to sit here and do it, and I expect you to do exactly what I'm paying you for. Otherwise, see the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass when you're walking out.
Well, I just got a notification. It's National Nacho Day.
Oh, where's the nachos? Come on, Sav. Nachos for all of us here. Panel members.
I didn't get the memo until just now.
We're here every day, under the whip and the bullwhip and the yelling, screaming.
Yeah. Well,
Ross's abuse.
I guess there was a bunch of elections all over the U.S. yesterday.
Let me guess. The country is better since it's happened, right?
Everything
is turning around immediately within the 10 minutes.
Well, just like they prescribed in there. I don't know if this was planned or not, but I'll tell you one thing. People are so goddamn sick of this Israel bullshit that I think there was a huge Democrat win, like in most of the elections. I think that,
of course.
And I got to agree. Candace Owens said that all started with fucking Trump going Epstein who, that playing that fucking game. When he did that, that was as bad. To me, I was like, yeah, that's the same as, let them be, they're good people. He ran on lock them up, lock her up, right? What happened? Nothing. Not a fucking thing, right? Yeah. He said, leave them alone. They're good people. And I said, see, look at he's a fucking liar. Well, just like in that book, what it said, that they're actors, man.
You mean he forgot his old party buddy from back in the day? Who's Epstein?
Yeah, who is this guy? The guy that you used to go diddle little girls with. Come on.
And if you think you're going to infiltrate and convince us that this is the same party while we get gaslit about everything that's happening, like I said, you lost the party. MAGA got fractured, not when Tucker Carlson interviewed Nick Fuentes, but when Donald Trump looked at us in our faces and said, Epstein who? That's when it was game over. And if you think you're going to...
Yep. I think that was the beginning of the end right there.
But when you really think about it, who did they go to? Who else did they vote for? is that person any different than the people that they just they're kicking out or voting against? I mean,
Well,
they're all the same crew.
Here's one of the things that's getting with them too. This is the thing, is that there's so many of these APEC influenced politicians, right?
Yeah.
And people have become wise to it. They have definitely. Where's that one? I'm almost there. Here we go.
I read about Spamberger there. They showed a picture with her that she was sitting in somewhere and she had a friggin' paper plastic bag over her head.
Yeah, that was
like
during
a valve.
COVID. That was
Oh
from during COVID. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like
they were both candidates were, everybody was all they're dependent on now. It's just whether it's red or blue. People aren't even looking at the candidate. Is this person even got a brain? None of that. They're only looking and see if there's a donkey or a fucking elephant next to it.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're worried about. I want my mascot to rule over your mascot, or whatever. It's stupid. And they think that somehow, because they've been convinced by whichever Kool-Aid pitcher you get your propaganda from, whether it be CNN or in this case the Fox News crowd, they're gonna think that if we only let the Republicans be in charge, then everything will be wonderful and blissful. And it's like, no, it's never going to happen. The Democrats believe the same thing. They don't realize that this is all just a big dog and pony show to fuck your head up, man. That's all. Keep you distracted while they keep taking more and more control over you every minute of every day.
They're not going to get in charge and then suddenly say, you know what, government's too big. We're going to cut it by 50%. You know what? All these people have got jobs and they're doing nothing and they fucking suck at them. We're going to fire everybody. And no one's stepping in to actually just be the person to step in to say, listen, this is what needs to be done. These people are incompetent. They're stealing from you and they're getting rich, doing a shit job, giving you a service you never asked for. You didn't ask for them to do this, and there's no need to it. It's simply them just taking the money so you could give it to a select few who have relatives in some job and nepotism hires and DEI bullshit. So these people can do a shitty job and inconvenience you. It's like, yeah, fuck these people. They should be out.
The bare minimum done by the lowest bidder.
Yeah, exactly. It's like shitty contract work.
Well, I've got government contracts where I've helped develop, but we actually did a good job and we actually kept the contracts longer than other people did. But the point is, they take the lowest bidder. They'll cut it, but they still get paid the same. They're taking the same tax out that they're paying us with. They get, and the lower cut, the more they get to take home. So
but I mean, have you, when you realize just how ridiculous all this stuff is on the amount of money it costs to employ those people, give them premium insurance, give them all these benefits and all these these weeks and weeks of vacation and all these cushy jobs and these marble, big, huge, town buildings and all the stuff that's run with tax money. You realize that the reason they're taking the money is to give it to these people and run their cozy life that they got to live, having this shit job that they don't have to deal with you. You know what I mean? When you realize that that's the reason the money's being taken from you, to give it to them. It's not really doing anything. That money, they never say, hey, we gave you too much money. Here, take some back. It's always more. Yeah. So, I mean, you realize that's what I'm saying.
NASA just screams the same thing. Why haven't they done anything? We need more budget. That's the first thing that comes out of their mouth.
Well, that might be changing. I'm going to get now. Here's the thing. Now, this is great that we see that these people that are waking up to this APEC shit. Now, what we got to do is get them to realize that there ain't really a difference between the left and the right. This is just a distraction to get us so that we squabble with each other instead of realizing who the real enemy is. But this is happening right here. This is happening more and more around the country. This is Susan Collins. She's an APAC funded senator, and she's having her little town meeting. Check this out.
Shame. Celebrate. Oh, please. There's no celebration. No celebration during this. Learn from genocide. Justice. You have voted
Plattner, and I'm running for U.S. Senate in Maine to defeat Susan Collins. The difference between Susan Collins and Ted Cruz is at least Ted Cruz is honest about selling us out and not giving a damn.
Listen, I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
People know that the system is screwing them. They know it in their bones. Nobody I know around here can afford a house. Healthcare is a disaster. Hospitals are closing. We have watched all of that get ripped away from us. Nothing in Sullivan, Maine improved because of the wars in Iraq or Afghanistan. Nothing in Sullivan, Maine is going to improve because of our funding of a genocide. You're supposed to fight for the things you love. This is our home, and I will fight tirelessly for it. For you. It's Mainers first.
I like what he says, but there's some stuff going around about him too, that he had like Nazi tattoos and shit. He got
So what?
He's got some issues.
You know what? I say so what?
Yeah.
So what? You know, I'm not taking this. I don't look at this evil axis of evil story that they give us about the Germans in World War II and all that shit. Look, no, I don't see it. You know, they've been portrayed as though they were these evil fucking people and everything else like that. They weren't. Okay. Now, I'm not advocating for any kind of a government whatsoever, but what constitutes a Nazi tattoo? That's a good question. I mean,
I think you got a swastika, something else.
Well, is it, the Hindus use a swastika? It's used all over the place. You know,
It's a good luck symbol by the Native Americans.
Yeah, the demonization of some shit like that because you're trying to sow a narrative. That's all they've done with that. You know,
it represents the solstice and the equinox. That's what the swastika actually represents in symbolism. It's the pinnacle of fall, winter, spring, and summer. The Hindus adopted it, and then the Reich took the symbol and put it on their logo. But it has nothing to do with National Socialism. If you want to look into what Nazism really is, it's not. Wasn't exactly.
Well, they didn't call. If you were to go into Germany in 1939 and refer to someone as a Nazi, you know what they would say? Was ist a Nazi? Was ist a Nazi? It had no meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, they called themselves Soshis. That was their little slang term for it over there. Not a derogatory slang term either. So they were nationalist socialists. And the socialist was not political socialism. It was societal, if that makes any sense to you. In other words, you're not forced to help people out, but it's in the best interest of all people and all the German people to help each other out, not live off each other, but to help, somebody here, they're down and out. Okay, we're going to help you get on your feet, blah, blah, blah. You're going to join this strong German nation that's been crippled through all this bullshit for the last 20 years, and that's the way it looked at. Now, the term Nazi, that was again made up by the same fucking people that came up with that nonsense word anti-Semite or what's a homophobe and all that. They're just made up fucking nonsense words to cast an asparaging opinion upon someone that you disagree with. That's all.
Well, by definition, a homophobe would be to hate humans, right?
To hate self, to hate,
It's nuts.
I don't know. Well, this is another thing too. There was a thing on a plane. I'm not sure what airline it was. The damn thing went from 36,000 feet. It dropped 36,000 feet in seconds. It went from 36,000 feet to 10,000 feet in under 30 seconds.
Did it crash?
No, but there's video from on board the plane.
Ooh, that must have been a puke fest. What time did it happen? What time did it happen?
I don't know. This thing was posted 5 hours ago from Hustle Bitch. Let's see. Yeah, Hustle Bitch is pretty cool. Hustle Bitch has got some good posts on here.
Grab the oxygen mask from behind, from front, from the side. Every beacon has 2 oxygen masks.
That's 26,000 feet that fucking thing dropped in 10
What's
seconds.
happening? What's happening?
Wow. Were they accounting for curvature? Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. Without that, it was fast. Yeah, I don't think you see the little paper masks come down. Those don't look too durable to me.
No, it's like a cup.
Yeah, like a Dixie cup with a fucking Ziploc bag.
Whatever.
Good luck.
Whenever they start to tell you that to put the cup over your mouth, that means that it's either the cabin's either going to lose pressure. That's normally what it means. Like if a window blew out, you would have to use that. It's like oxygenated or whatever it is that they.
Until you get down to a sufficient altitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you had problems with that. Sometimes, during the war, World War II, the mixture would be bad in the tank and it burned these people's lungs out. They turn it on and try to breathe the air. And sometimes that oxygen mixture was bad in the tank. It happened to a lot of pilots and gunners and shit in World War II.
Yeah. Super Sidewinder says something wrong was messing with the gyro.
I think something wrong has been put into a concentration camp.
Did they
We're
have
too low.
Whoopi 6040 was flying the plane and he uncaged the gyro.
Captain
Whatever
Holy
happened to
Fuck.
those losers, man? Whatever happened to those losers?
Wolfie?
Yeah, and that whole little wolf pack or whatever the fuck he had.
Oh, you talk about like the G60 or whatever they came out with. They were going to defend the globe, and they were going to go on. I haven't heard nothing about them. Last time I heard Whoopi brought up was about Duffy. He brought him in.
What about? I haven't seen Rachie around in a long time.
No, neither have I. I wonder where she is. Probably did. I remember coming on a couple of flat shows just ranting. You want I want my space. Where's my space? Space has got to be real.
I know.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, speaking of space, this is kind of interesting. This is I call this girl, I don't know what her name is. The Flat Earth Karen.
Oh, nice. We got a Flat Earth Karen.
You guys, it was brought to my attention that NASA is taking down tons of its social media websites. Here's the list.
Damn.
And for shits and giggles, I wanted to see exactly how much revenue space gets from the clothing industry, the gaming industry, the music industry, animation industry, and the film industry. Well, they have to shut it down because cartoons and CGI are not reality. NASA isn't trimming the fat, they are covering their tracks. When CGI is your telescope and Photoshop is your lens, the last thing you want is millions of eyes watching you too closely. The curtain is falling, and people aren't buying the space fantasies anymore.
Well, so they lost the technology, and it's so hard to get it back.
It's a painful
Don
process.
Pettit himself said that it was so long ago.
He needs to stop.
He's on.
Hold on a second. Cubby just sent me something I'm going to have to look at. Hold on a second. I'm going to bring this up.
I was saying Don Pettit is on the ISS station last time I checked. He was up there.
Sure, he's on there right now. He's
He
on the
says, how
tour.
do they already have an award show dedicated to Charlie Kirk with a booked out theater and Erica gets the first award? What? All right, hang on a second.
All right, we got to see this. It's going to be good.
I don't know. We'll check this out here.
She's going to win an award.
She's going to win an award. JD Vance is going to, over spiritual differences, he's going to dump his Indian wife and he's going to marry Erica Kirk. And then he's going to be the next president. That's what they got.
I took a piss today. I should get an award.
Hey,
you should
stop this. Charlie Kirk Legacy Award. The fucking guy's only been dead like a month, right? 2 months now? Going on 2 months?
Well, they made a hero just add water.
Wherever the people need a hero, we shall provide one.
It's the greatest
Right?
American hero
Ever.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Never thought I could feel so free.
Yeah, I watched that growing
Well,
up.
I'm not saying that.
On a wing and a prayer.
Believe it or not,
It's not me.
I wasn't saying anything dirty, by the way. Somebody took in the comments. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't saying anything dirty. I was just saying, like, are they just giving awards for you just waking up today? It'd be like, Soph, congratulations, you woke up. It's an award.
Well, apparently Erica Kirk is the first recipient too.
Well, how the boy? Well, how can I? Yeah, golf clap.
What's that? Fletcher Memorial Home, man. He says they can appear to themselves every day on closed circuit TV to make sure they're still real. You know, it's like I thought about Trump the other day when I heard that song. I was like, that motherfucker love to be in front of a camera all the time. He loves it.
We had a word for that group. They're hams. That's what they are. They love to see themselves. They love to hear themselves. They love everything about themselves. They're the best ever. The greatest ever. Am I sounding like Trump yet?
Hey, I'm the best D-Man 216 that ever happened.
Yeah.
What in the world are you talking about, Barbara? What in the fuck are you talking about? Slept on the front porch of the Cheyenne Hotel to protect those two precious lives you plan to sacrifice, you betrayers. Wow, what in the world is that about?
I have not a clue.
Wow.
We're honored to be here tonight as we celebrate the life and legacy of our good friend, Charlie Kirk.
He led a powerful movement rooted in faith, freedom, and a deep love for this country.
Charlie was courageous, bold, and committed to sharing his vision for America, its families, and the future.
His death marked a turning point for this nation.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Charlie wasn't president. He wasn't even a politician, but he shaped a generation through his words.
We're just trying to reinstitute the founding principles, free market, fiscal responsibility. We don't consider this a Republican versus Democrat issue, but rather a generational one.
Charlie Kirk was bigger than life. Not only was he tall, but his message was big, well beyond his years, and really caring about the next generation.
Charlie understood very, very early on that there was a void, especially on college campuses for young people.
There have been a lot of youth organizations on campuses. They've met with varying degrees.
I'm not related to that guy.
Of success, but nothing even coming close to comparison of Turning Point. And the reason for that was Charlie Kirk.
I founded Turning Point USA to tell young people in America that there's a better way than big government and old school corruption.
I did this instead of going to college, which is the great irony of the whole thing, to start a college movement without actually going to college. Only in America is that possible, where an 18-year-old can start with nothing and just a dream and build something and really see that success.
No, I'd like to direct your attention to a little-known artist who wasn't accepted by the art community in Vienna, and later on became a very, very powerful man.
I don't know who you're talking about, Saab. Did he have a little mustache on him by chance?
He did. He had a little mustache. He did.
Charlie Kirk made conservatism cool. He went into a battlefield where he knew many of the people would reject him, yet he still went.
Charlie understood that to change a dynamic, you had to reach them on a personal level, and that became his signature.
What strikes me about this generation is the most conservative generation that we have seen in well over 50 years, and the numbers show it. This is the greatest generational realignment.
This is almost fucking sickening.
Yeah, it seems like it's contrived. Like they put
it is
this
contrived. Look, they're going to give the fucking award to
the widow,
his wife,
the friggin' manhands herself.
When she likes this kind of pageantry and shit, anyways.
Oh yeah. Well, she's an ex-pageant chick.
Yeah.
So
Look at the
this is right up
fireworks.
her alley.
They got the fucking sparklers and shit going all
Yeah,
over.
one of the monster trucks coming in Motley
That's
Crue.
what I'm thinking, right? Sunday.
Where's the tilt-a-wheel in the middle of the crowd and stuff?
This is as bad as a memorial, dude. This is
Yeah, worse.
Yeah.
What in the fuck? What in the world? I have no idea what she's going on. Who's she yelling at?
I don't know. Need a code book to decrypt that one.
Fox Nation Patriot Awards. See what that said up there?
I missed it.
Fox
yeah.
Nation Patriot Awards. Charlie Kirk Legacy Award. Well, they just dreamed this fucking bullshit up. Then who are we going to give it to? Well, we'll give it to Erica Kirk, obviously. You know.
They probably had over 5 million viewers. Or
Cubby,
more.
congratulations! You are getting the Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind Award.
For what? For waking up? The hardships people have to go through.
Okay, so
I didn't know that news agencies could give awards.
Look at it over here.
Like, oh yeah.
Ooh, we got 5 subscriptions have been gifted by Gordzilla over on,
nice.
On the Rumble side.
Gord's famous
Thanks,
for that
Gordy.
over on Nathan's channel. He does that all the time.
Gordy. Talk to me, Captain Gordy. What's up? So, yeah.
I always want to know what a Gordzilla is. I wanted to see one. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I think, hold on, maybe I went past that. Is this it? No. I'm lost in love. All right, damn it. I've been jumping all over the place here, so I don't know where
We should actually do that on my channel. I'll just do an award night, and I'll go around to all our local channels that we do, and I'll hand out the award for the best stream of the night.
What we ought to do, remember when they had that top left thing?
Yeah.
Right? We should have the most womanly penis awards. You know?
Cubby said that he's still waiting for his presidential physical fitness award. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
dreaming.
There we go. And this will give me time too. I gotta go pee. Where I don't have it there no more. That's right. I have to reinstall it. Yep.
Starting to just believe that America was actually a covert installation of a global occult order. Let's just ponder the possibility that the founder of the Bavarian Illuminati didn't die in exile in Germany, like the official story claims, but he disappeared. And a few years later, a military genius fluent in Enlightenment ideology shows up to the New World under the name George Washington. A man with zero formal education, or someone who becomes a master strategic, symbolist, and architect of an empire. Look at a dollar. The all-seeing eye on top of that pyramid, that's straight out of the Illuminati playbook. Why shop? Novos Ordo Seclorum, New Order of the Ages. That's not democracy, that's domination. The number 13, everywhere. 13 steps on the pyramid. 13 arrows. 13 olive branches. 13 stars.
This is the 13 families, the 13 bloodlines, the 13 first original colonies. And if you think this sounds far-fetched, Freemasons were just a Western branch of the same mystery school that birthed the Illuminati. Founder George Washington of the United States and founder Adam Weishaupt of the Illuminati. Both lost their fathers at a young age. They were both raised by powerful guardians that placed them into their elite networks. And when you look at their portraits side by side, there's a clear similarity. The founding fathers didn't rebel against tyranny. They installed it under a new brand, the Constitution. It wasn't written in ink, it was written in code. And George Washington was its architect. Or was it Weishaupt?
Huh. I think it
Well,
was
I mean,
right.
Was it like doppelgangers now? Everybody through history is now a doppelganger, you know?
Yeah. What is it? Oh, it's these people.
Well, ask the fittest flat earther; he'll tell you all about it.
I can't take his whispering when he talks real low. I hate it. I hate it.
See this mole? See this little mark here? I don't know if to take him serious or not. This is crazy. All these people moving on to military bases.
Multiple senior Trump officials are now moving into military bases. Here's what we know. Multiple senior officials in the Trump administration have relocated to military bases in the Washington, D.C. area amid reported concerns for their personal safety, according to The Atlantic. Top Trump advisor Stephen Miller and his family recently moved into military housing after their neighbors in Arlington, Virginia protested their presence. The Millers have since listed their home for $3.75 million. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is residing in a government-owned residence in Joint Base Anacostia Bowling, a home typically used by the Coast Guard Commandant. A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said Noem is, quote, paying fair market rent for the property. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are both living on Fort McNair's General's Row near Buzzard Point. Rubio reportedly lives there alone, while his family remains in Florida. A Defense Department official said Hegseth pays around $4,655.70 per month for his residence. Army Secretary Daniel P. Driscoll has also moved into military housing at Joint Base Meyer-Henderson Hall, which he shares with Navy Secretary John Feeling. Feeling's Washington home was damaged in a fire earlier this year, according to congressional staff familiar with the matter. National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard had also considered relocating to Fort McNair earlier in the year, though the plan did not move forward due to limited space, The Atlantic reported. While it is not uncommon for some defense and national security officials to reside in military housing, experts say it is unusual for so many senior civilian leaders to do so at the same time.
Well, they'll be protected while the rest of the place is burning down.
Oh, they're still going to have the ballroom too. I know that. You got to have the ballroom.
What's coming, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they'll be in fully protected and be sipping wine barefoot in the backyard while everyone's fighting for their lives because of their stupid shit they're pulling.
What happened with the EBT wars?
Are they still going? Are they eating Tylenol?
I haven't seen nothing out of these people. Nobody's been out there mobbing the fucking Walmart and.
Has you checked EBT of TikTok?
I don't know if that's still there. I think they made them take it down. I'll look here.
I haven't seen anybody grabbing anyone on the street or anything here, so
no,
I haven't heard anything about it.
Look, they had to
yeah,
they had to change this.
Who's there?
I'm the Fuller Brush Man. I'm working my way through college.
Thank you. Now I got you.
By the hair on your chinny chin chin, I'll huff and
well,
can't make him look like that. Can't do that now.
So I found a clip of the day pulled it off. Somebody was looting a store, I think in Florida, it looked like.
Yeah, but there were some fake ones floating around too that were AI.
Let me do a search here real quick.
There was some fake ones rolling around that were AI, and somebody had pointed out, that they were trying to do this not to try to get people all worked up. But,
see this one woman trying to come through the door on that one, like there was this mobbing up on the store, and she was like bigger than the doorway, tall. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's see. EBT of TikTok. There it is. Okay. I couldn't find it the other day. I went looking for it. So let's see. That's November the 3rd. Here's one from 7 hours ago. Woman claims EBT benefits are being taken back off the card shortly after they were added on. What happened? They give them emergency funds? Woman is caught and followed around a parking lot after looting a Cardenas in Oakland, California. Okay, so 11 hours ago, a woman says government has hours to reinstate EBT in New York or else. Or else what? What are you going to do? See, these people. No, there was no EBT war. Well, I'll tell you, there was this one channel I watch him from time to time because he cracks me up. He's the Cinema Shogun is his name. He's got this thing out there. Boy, he's been putting out the videos. Everybody be wary because these people are going to do all this. And I'm like putting comments on his videos like, dude, nothing is going to happen. Watch. Nothing is going to fucking happen. Yeah. I mean, this is just bullshit. Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that they were just trying to push that to see if people would, stir up problems. I think that's why they were doing it,
Sure.
I just want to tell Paul something right quick. I don't have any contacts at Walmart anymore. I'm sorry.
Who?
Paul's asking I can use my contacts at Walmart for Snap War info.
Snap Wars. Right.
Snap Wars.
I was there. I was there in 25 when they had the Snap
I've seen some things.
I got a flip-flop right upside the head. But yeah, you're seeing more and more of this coming out. Listen to this here. Let me back it up where it starts at.
If I was a United States politician and I had just come into office and they tried to say, okay, now you have to fly over to fucking Israel and kiss the stupid fucking wall, my first question would be, why am I, as a United States Senator, United States House of Representatives, United States Governor, Mayor, whatever it is, why am I going to a foreign country to go pay my respects and fucking wear their little hat and kiss that stupid fucking wall? Why am I going there? Last time I checked, they're our welfare child. They wouldn't even fucking exist if it wasn't for the United States. All of their neighbors would have decimated them for their fucking transgressions by now. No, Big Brother United States makes sure they're okay and sends them billions and billions and billions of hardworking American taxpayer fucking dollars. While we're starving, we can't afford health care, but we're sending them money so that they can have universal health care and universal education, all the other things. Why aren't they coming to the United States to pay homage and pay respects to Arlington National fucking Cemetery? Why aren't they coming over here to kiss the fucking Washington Monument, kiss the Statue of Liberty, and pay homage and pay respects at the White House lawn? If I was a United States politician,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know they do. They love to lick that wall.
Lick the wall. Delicious.
They absolutely.
So I found a video of a U.S. sergeant that says that he's under investigation for talking about Israel on Facebook.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. I think I showed that the other night. This guy had gotten in trouble with his higher command. I saw it right here on Twitter.
Yeah. 20 years of service.
Yeah, that's bullshit. See, this is what it's coming to right here. This is what it's coming to.
YouTube has deleted 800 anti-Israel videos as Trump is moving forward with labeling anti-Israel speech as hate speech. Meaning if you criticize Israel, this is classified as hate speech, which is a felony. 800 videos documenting Israeli war crimes in Gaza has been wiped off of YouTube due to the Israeli government's request to crack down on anti-Semitism on the platform. Trump is now working even more behind the scenes to send Americans to prison for hate speech felonies. Trump is already deporting people for speaking out against Israel, but people that are born in America cannot be deported. So they're now going to label this as hate speech, allowing born Americans to instead be placed in a prison for a felony. This would put Americans in jail for 5 to 8 years, all because of the criticism of a foreign government. We're also working with Meta and Amazon. And by the way, a federal judge has already ruled that anti-Israel speech is hate speech, meaning if Trump follows this judge's ruling, we could go to jail for criticizing Israel.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they're going to get a lot of lawsuits.
It's the reverse in England. If you criticize Islam, it happens to you there. So we're over here criticizing Israel, they're criticizing Islam. So either way you go, if you're just a citizen criticizing what your government's doing in politics, they come to
Oh, they did it in Canada. They do it in Canada.
Sure
Same
did.
thing. It's all the
That's
Commonwealth
tyranny,
countries.
isn't it? That's tyrant's action.
No. They had protests, no king's protests, but they're ruled by a king.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that tells you how stupid of people you're dealing with.
I know. It's maddening, the level of stupidity you have to deal with some of these fucking people all the time. You know, and I get it's I don't even argue with them. You know, I say, oh, okay. That's what you think. That's what you think. And then if they press me, you know, like, well, what do you mean? Like, all right, look. I explain it. I mean, my boss, he got a little bit kind of frustrated. He's, well, fuck. He says, you don't really know anything if it's true or not, then do you? And I says, no, that's it. That's the whole thing. Now you know something.
Yep.
I told him that.
Give you the truth, though, Saab. They're not going to give you the true story. No.
Well, yeah, it's, you know, like I said, the man that doesn't watch the news is uninformed. Man who watches the news is misinformed.
Good one. I like that.
That's how it really works, man. So, yeah. But yeah, you're seeing more and more people question this shit. That's why I don't see it flying so good.
Just in case you missed this one.
I'd like to ask about your father's relationship with Israel. He's taken over $230 million from pro-Israel groups. During the summer against Iran, even though he advised against it, Israel still attacked Iran and the U.S. still bombed on behalf of Israel. Your father's frustrations with Netanyahu have been made clear when he cursed on national TV over the situation. Israel has not been a great ally to the U.S. all the way since 1960 when they bombed the USS Liberty. Israel is a nation where Christians are constantly under attack in both Gaza and the West Bank. We talk about America first and defending Christians, but how can we do this if we align ourselves with a nation that does not do that itself?
There's no question my father's had frustration. In fact, I think he's had frustration throughout the whole conflict with both sides. At the same time,
in response to the nukes from Iran, Israel has nuclear weapons and is not a part of the IAEA, unlike Iran. And it's just sad to see because I've never seen the American president get treated the way he does by the Israeli government.
Soon what you're going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing American patriots at every single convention, at every event, at every caucus, at every podium, asking those type of questions because we are sick of allowing a foreign nation to control our government.
There you go.
It's getting to be the popular opinion right there. It really is.
We shouldn't support anybody else except America to begin with, but I can see we're everywhere, aren't we?
Well, you know, I had heard that shit so long in my life that, you know, you hear them repeat that they're our greatest ally in the Middle East and all this other. And then when we was embroiled in all these conflicts, I'm like, how come they're never there? I mean, a lot of times we got the Brits are there with us, the Aussies, you know, that kind of thing. All the other NATO forces, right? These people are our ally. Why the fuck are they not there too? How many people did they send to help us in Vietnam? None. How many did they send to help us in Afghanistan? None. How many did they help us in Iraq? None. They gave us faulty intelligence. Had us chasing around after weapons of mass destruction that didn't fucking exist. But, you know,
They're our best friend. Yeah.
And cousin Shlomo is getting a lot of money from the fucking weapons manufacturers. So, yeah, come on, man. These people got to be stopped.
If you still believe the official Holocaust narrative after seeing what Israel is doing in Gaza, you're fucking retarded. Just think about it. The news is owned by Jews, created by Jews. The media, owned by Jews. Our government, clearly owned by Jews. The curriculum in your schools, your textbooks, owned, created by Jews. Gender ideology, which is ruining the family unit, created by a Jew. Now, this isn't an attack on Jews as a whole, right? Because there are people who are born Jews who don't practice Judaism. But when you look at the Talmud, their holy book, this is what they base Jewish law off of. Here's a screenshot of what they say about non-Jews, aka Goyim. They think that it's okay to molest a child as long as they're 3 years old. They have a duty in their holy book to lie to non-Jews about what's in the Talmud. If they ask, hey, what does it say about non-Jews? They're supposed to lie to you about it. These are the people that you're allowing to frame this narrative about the Holocaust where they are victims, right? Look at what they're doing in Gaza. They're not victims. They are perpetrators. They've been kicked out of hundreds of countries because of their holy book, because of what they believe. They believe that you are not even a human being. You are cattle if you're not a Jew. It's time for you to wake up. Watch Europa, The Last Battle. It's available on BitChute and Rumble. It's a 12-hour documentary, but it takes a long time to undo a decade of brainwashing that you've been subjected to as a child. So don't come in my comments calling me anti-Semitic if you're not willing to spend the time to unlearn what they've brainwashed into you.
I have to agree. That is an eye-opener. Another good one, too, is The Greatest Story Never Told. If either of you ever saw that one?
No.
I don't know. I didn't hear it because it wasn't told.
No.
What about A Secret Book of John? You ever heard about that?
No, I haven't. Although I've heard Sam actually say that exactly almost the rhetoric word for word. They don't consider Christianity to be true at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know what to think about Sam. You know?
Well, he's honest about it. He's straight up. He even says every once in a while you'll catch him say "goy." You know, they all think like that. They're raised like that. Orthodox Jews think like that, and they have the oral Torah that they don't share with the goy. Okay, nice.
Let's see what this is right here. This may be a little controversial.
Well, wait a second here. Did you know there's a secret gospel where Jesus gives classified information after the resurrection? Yeah. It's called the Apocryphon of John, and it flips the Genesis story right on its head. So in this lost text, John is devastated after Jesus dies, and boom, Jesus appears to him in a vision. Not just to comfort him, but to reveal hidden truths about God, creation, and the soul. And here's where it gets wild. First, God isn't a guy on a throne. True God is pure, unknowable light, totally beyond form. No gender or anything like that, just source. And from that source comes a chain of divine beings called aeons. Think of them like aspects of divine thought. But one aeon, Sophia, acts without permission. She tries to create something on her own and accidentally gives birth to a flawed being, a demiurge. Now this being, he's blind, arrogant, and thinks he's the only God. You might know him as the God of the Old Testament. Yeah, that God. He creates the material world not out of love, but out of ignorance. And our souls, they're sparks of the true divine that is trapped here. Jesus' mission, according to this text, to wake us up and remind us who we really are. So the Apocryphon of John ain't just another gospel. It's a spiritual jailbreak manual of sorts, I guess you'd say. Not about sin and punishment, but knowledge and awakening. And it was banned for a reason. If you have any questions or thoughts on this, I'd love to hear them. Leave them over in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more.
If you see my avatar, you read the title in it. It says Sophie Needs a Ladder. It's the name of the cover on it. It's kind of ironic, you might say. Sal, you're muted.
The guy's name is Dan Tracy 777 over on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, so.
Me neither. Well, I actually have it on my phone, but I don't ever use it.
Here's another little interesting thing about the satanic meaning behind the name Rothschild. Be interested in knowing about that? Of course we would.
Yeah.
We like interesting things, man.
Interesting.
The name Rothschild is deeply meaningful when translated into Hebrew. Perhaps the German Jewish name Rothschild is directly transliterated into Hebrew letter by letter to mimic its sound, rather than translated into Hebrew word by word to convey its hidden meaning, because the correct Hebrew translation of the German word Rothschild is Magen Edom, meaning shield of the Edomites. The Hebrew word Edom means red, as well as the nation of Edom descended from Esau, Jacob's evil twin. The name Edom is composed of the word Adam, Aleph, Dalet, Mem, plus the serpent letter Vav, which is a pictogram of a snake. The Hebrew word Edom signifies the joining of the holy bloodline of Eve with the satanic seed of the serpent through their son Cain by adding a snake, a Vav, to the name Adam. Edom is literally spelled Adam, who is also Eve, plus the snake of Vav in the Garden of Eden, to graphically and cryptically portray Judaism's secret doctrine that Gentiles are the satanic offspring of the evil serpent and Eve. Eve herself is said to be the evil, tempting female side of Adam, which means that Gentiles derive entirely from evil and have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Many of the leading Rothschilds have had a messiah complex and acted as dynastical kings of the Jews, like King David. They adopted a coat of arms that mimics the German Jewish royal houses of Hanover and Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, as well as the Royal Scottish and related regal coat of arms of Great Britain, which came to be ruled by those same German Jewish royal houses. The German Jewish monarchs of Great Britain changed the name of their house to Windsor in 1917 to conceal their German Jewish roots shortly before Lord Balfour issued his declaration to Lord Walter Rothschild in the name of the King's majestic government. The unicorn signifies God, the Messiah son of David, and the Sapphira Hesed, the mercy and love he brings to the Jewish people in the form of the rainbow. The lion is the unicorn's arch-enemy, Satan, the Messiah son of Joseph, and stands for Samael and the red planet Mars, and the Sapphira Din and Gevurah, the judgment, punishment, and power of Satan. The Sephirotic Rothschild coat of arms contains a red shield behind the moon of Yesod, the Sapphira of the two Messiahs. It also exhibits the six-pointed Magen David, or Shield of David, on the left-hand evil side. The Zionists changed the color of this Islamic six-pointed seal of Solomon to the color blue, which they believe safeguards Jews from the evil eye and casts Samael's consuming blue fire from heaven down upon the Gentiles to exterminate them. The pentagram seal of Solomon is also inherent in the famous 5 sons of Meyer Amschel Rothschild, as well as the 5th Sapphira, Red Mars, and satanic Samael, Din. Meyer in Hebrew means one who shines like the silvery moon on the Rothschild coat of arms. The moon is Yesod, the Messiah's. It is interesting to note that the British mistake the lion to represent England and the unicorn, Scotland, on their coat of arms, and that the Scottish often have red hair and ruddy complexions like Edom and King David. Red represents the Egyptian god Set, the god of the redlands of the Egyptian deserts. Judaism is Seth Typhon worship. The name David Meyer de Rothschild bears strong messianic meanings related to King Messiah, son of David. King David was ruddy red, and the name David is spelled Dalet Vav Dalet in Hebrew. It contains 2 of the letters of the Hebrew word Edom and the all-important snake letter Vav right in the middle. Vahav is also the middle letter of the Torah in the belly in Leviticus chapter 11, verse 42. David had the blood of Cain in his veins through his maternal ancestors, making him one of the ruling Bene Elohim, or sons of the gods. It is interesting to note that David Meyer de Rothschild has shown his love for the Sapphira Malkut, the earth, the kingdom of the world to come, and has journeyed to both the Arctic and Antarctic poles, which in some mythologies are believed to contain portals to a subterranean world to come, illuminated by the fires of the Black Sun in hell. Visit cjbbooks.com to learn more about the hidden meanings of Kabbalah. There are links in the description below.
No, there's not really, though. No.
Okay, I take your word for it.
Otherwise, I would have put them in here.
That is interesting etymology, though, if you boil it down. Like, why would they be so cryptic about their names, let alone who they are?
Oh, yeah, these people are fighting hard. These people are fighting hard. Well, that's my last name is Cain. C-A-I-N.
Yeah.
Am I
You're
part of
not
that?
Cain, are you?
I might be.
Ben Shapiro's side is losing massively. They are massively losing, at least on the internet. On the internet, there is an overwhelming support of America first, Israel last policies. I think some of this is fueled by genuine anti-Semitism. Some of it is fueled by, class frustration. Some of it is fueled by just very simply like not wanting foreign countries to be involved in your country. And so anyway, this brand of conservatism, I think, is dying. It's dying. Ben Shapiro's side is losing mass.
There it is. It's hurting them hard, man. We showed that thing the other night, showed where their rankings on views are at. And
that's why you're saying these people are fighting hard. Now I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, they just a lot of this is just, just horse shit.
Well, if they have to pay people to talk good about them, that should tell you a lot.
Oh, I know, $7,000. Like they just throw that around like that's just chump change, It's a simulation. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. I don't know. I'm just looking at some other shit on here that might be interesting if we run across it. Oh no, not another Jake TV. You try watching Israel news after the ceasefire, but noticing is antiseptic. Oh, we could get in trouble for this, guys.
Oh no,
we could get in trouble for that. I don't care.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Pull your channel?
Right.
They've done that many times. So,
welcome back to Jake GTV News. We finally got the hostages free, and the Sand People are coming back cooked, literally.
On the other hand, we got our chosen people. They're looking great. Check it out.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Welcome.
Guys, good luck. Goodbye. Take care, boss. Good luck.
Okay, now let's see the Sand People.
They broke all my bones. Look at my hand, it was never set properly. No cast, no medicine, paracetamol. We kissed their hands just to get half a tablet to kill the pain. He crushed my hand and tortured me. He handcuffed my hand and tortured me for hours, not to mention all the other detainees. Without food or water.
It's enough sand sympathy, Goyam. You try being kicked out of every country you've ever been in because of antiseptic losers like you. Bring out another hostage. You're fine, right?
They look way worse than the chosen people.
He's perfectly fine. What, are you funded by the sand people or something? Shut it down, antiseptic grifters.
Wow, he seems angry.
Yeah, his wife heard about Jackie. Let's just say she is not happy.
Oh, no. Poor Producer Berg. John, take it away.
This is Producer Berg. How are you holding up right now?
I'm not good. They're going through his computer right now. We're screwed.
Oh, no. Did you see this coming?
We knew they supported Israel. That's kind of all we needed to know. Yeah.
That's antiseptic, and noticing gets you Charlie Kirked.
Jackie was such a bright young woman.
She had her whole life ahead of her. Someone has to answer for this. We will get justice for Jackie.
Wow, good thing we know Producer Berg didn't do it.
Yeah, seriously, he just gave me a raise last week.
Not me.
Dave, talk to his wife again. I knew something was up when he started bringing home those lampshades. Every week it was Jackie this, Jackie that. Like, who is this woman? These are the extra bags he kept. Feel free to check them out.
Okay, but what do you know about these pagers?
Not my fault.
You thought my wife would turn on me? You'll find Jackie next to Charlie Kirkberg, the Jew louver.
Here outside of Producer Berg's home, police say we can't question this one, and it's above their pay grade. Ching Chong, back to you.
May Jackie find justice. In other news, Candace has some shocking news about Charlie Kirk that Producer Berg will absolutely love. Candace, take it away.
There were, for whatever reason, 12 Israeli cell phones on the ground at Utah Valley University the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
Did you hear that, Producer Berg? Sounds like your chosen friends were there at UVU. Maybe it's time to confess.
Good one, Ching Chong, but we own the courts. Just look at Epstein. You think I won't get away with this Jackie thing? I'll flee to Israel if I have to.
We would absolutely love that. You heard it here first, guys. If we don't shut it down, he'll finally leave America.
That's a good point, Ching Chong.
Yeah, like why can't we question 30-06 in the furry trans lover situation?
Right? Let's hear more about the Israeli phones from Candace.
The NSA knows this. Kash Patel knows this. People in the current administration know this, and they are desperate for some reason to stop that information from being released to the public. Why?
Why are we being lied to? It's because asking why is the most antiseptic thing you could do right now. Trust the plan. Talk to a local 4D chess person. They get it. All right, Brent joins us live with a person who gets it. What's really going on, sir?
Here's the thing. It's all 4D chess. Just trust the process. The sand people will be gone in no time.
Only real men watch football. Noticing endocrine disruptors in corn, soy, and wheat is gay.
Sponsored by the Jews at BlackRock.
Just a solid sponsor.
Truly a good reminder to just enjoy the bread and circus while our government sends our money to Israel.
That's based. How's Travis and T Swift doing nowadays?
Taylor's an Illuminati demon-possessed witch.
And Travis is triple boosted.
Truly is just fake.
And gay as it gets.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
I think the biggest thing we need right now is more open-air drug markets.
Do you have any fentanyl?
This is why we need to fund either Israel or Venezuela. Back to you, Dennis.
Thanks, fellow Goyam. And if you're not on an FBI watch list by now, you're definitely not following Jake GTV. You're also severely retarded.
Jake.
Goes
He's pretty deliberate, dude. He is.
And it's pretty cutting, though, you know?
Yeah.
What is this? Stu Peters just put this out. It says 14 minutes ago. He says, I don't want to attack a grieving widow, but that's just not what we have here. Erica Kirk is simply a horrible actress. There, I said it.
Finally. Yeah, nobody's been saying that. No.
I'm sure they have. Everybody's saying it. Nothing new there, buddy. Nothing new. I don't know. I'm just looking to see what there's anything. Because what are we getting? We're coming up on 3 hours here.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, the last day of work. Yay for the week. We got a lot done today. Some funky, weird cuts on the returns and shit, but we figured it out.
Did you get the ceiling done?
Huh?
Get all the ceiling done?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're just putting on now. We're putting on returns and soffit, but we're using the plywood for soffit. It looks pretty good. I'll take some pictures of it tomorrow. What would happen to America Tag?
Yeah, whatever happened to Robot Polisher? I haven't seen anything from them in a
I
while.
haven't seen anything from them in a long time. Oh yeah, that guy. There's a lot of shit about that guy falling over. I wonder what happened with that guy. Did that guy die or at the White House?
That'd be a bad place to die, right under Ronald's picture.
Well, just 10 minutes before they walked him in, he took a COVID shot.
I could believe that shit.
He got his flu shot while he was waiting in line to walk in.
Yeah, just kill two birds with one stone. Literally.
What is this? Says Tucker destroys Lindsey Graham. Well, that's not hard to do. That's low fruit.
I feel good about the Republican Party. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
Cutting your taxes and killing all the right people. That really is the crispest way to describe the marriage of libertarian economics and neocon foreign policy. Cutting taxes and killing. And if you think about it, who'd want to be associated with that? Cutting taxes itself is hardly a virtue. It's a contextual matter. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It totally depends. But in Lindsey Graham's simplistic but heartfelt formulation, cutting taxes is just a positive good always. And so is killing people. Killing the right people. No, they got to be the right people, but killing people. Killing people is just a good thing. Like it's one of those things you don't need to describe. It's like sex with your wife. It's just good. Have you killed someone today? Oh, good. You have? Okay, good. That's how he thinks of it. You're a sick fuck if you say something like that, much less if you believe it. Killing people? And if you're gleefully in front of an audience applauding like seals, bragging about the killing that you are doing, that's really evil.
Politicians.
Wow.
And he's an old school politician, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, though. What is this on the 12th? Oh, what is it? The Rothschild Illuminati occult ball. Oh, wow. Oh, that's going to last a little long. Well, wonder if it's any good.
I just figured out the first award we could give you, Saab. We give you a reading award because you did an excellent job with that.
We're going to give you the Orator Award.
The Orator Award. I love
yes.
I'm going to get the pyrotechnics, and D-Man's going to do the sound.
Hell yeah, we can throw our own award shows and shit.
I'll contact the people that did that other. We'll call Motley Crue and we'll get the monster trucks and the laser show and the dry ice.
Hell yeah!
They'll fly over the blimp.
No, we'll get the what is it? The Navy.
We'll release the balloons.
We'll get the Blue Angels to fly over and
we'll get the sure.
Why not?
That is wild. That dude fell over. He had that episode right after the dude says we're lowering Ozempic prices.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh my god, wait till we finish."
My gold. You can't have my gold.
Start this thing back up again.
His heart was attached to his wallet.
You remember that from your brother? He's sick. F him. From Trading Places.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
At the end when well, we're finished. Turn the machines back on.
Oh my god! Here's a bunch of foreign invasion in Florida. It's a bunch of people on motorcycles riding down the road with Jew flags.
That's almost as bad as the Venezuelan gangs in Denver taking over apartment complexes too.
There you go.
I don't want to hear that. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see that abomination? Jesus Christ. Spike strip.
That would come in handy.
$7,000.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Like,
oh, where are their flags?
Pay $7,000. Buy a lot of crank with that.
Oh yeah.
Do you trust Elon Musk? No. I don't trust
Who?
anybody.
Elon who?
Elon Musk.
Elon
Never
Musk.
heard of him.
Who is that guy?
No, I don't use Musk. I use High Karate.
Nice. You got more class than do the Musk.
Wow, man. Yeah, look at this. Here's when that guy's on the floor. There's Trump. Get his picture took. There's a guy over there on the floor that got his feet up in the air trying to fucking save his life and shit.
He's got a conversation order.
Who's that? Kennedy. He just fucking up and walked right out of there as soon as it happened. He just up and walked out of there.
Run.
Yeah, he just totally rolled, man. That was it. Watch, you'll see him. Watch here.
Today we
Hold on, let me pull this up. You'll see him. He's right behind this guy, right?
in creating high-value jobs, but today we. Oh, you okay? Gordon, you okay?
Yeah, go over and help him.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. You see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he just fucking walked out of there. He's like, cool, I can go play golf. All right, no more pictures. Don't take pictures. Look at that guy.
In creating high-value
So
jobs.
watch him here.
But today we.
He sees what happens. Look, he's like, oh.
Gordon, you okay?
He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't even want to be associated with this.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there, man. I don't know nothing.
Oh, I got a question, Saab. What are all the colored tassels for on the flags? You see those? They're like
Those are
multicolored.
ribbons, and I think they're from military campaigns from the various branches of service.
Heresy,
Yeah.
Yeah, like different battles, major battles, and shit. Like
Heresy Seed said he's dead, Jim.
Dead Jim. Damn it,
We
Jim.
should,
He's
we should
dead,
send him
Jim.
some flowers, man. We should give his widow some flowers just because.
God, I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's that.
Damn it, I'm not an engineer.
Damn it, Jim! I'm only a doctor. I used to like it when he lost his shit on Spock. You know, he'd be like, "You green-blooded fucktard." You know, it's like, whoa, dude.
Pointy ear to
You
say something
pointy
nasty.
eared fucking heathen.
He called him soulless, whatever he was.
Some Pt.2 said booster shot boomerang. Yeah, I'm coming right back at you.
Look what happened.
Well, what you reap is what you sow, isn't it? You know.
Hold on, I think this is another view of it. I think.
Is the Ozempic a Pfizer product?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it is.
I think it's. Let's see. The pharmaceutical companies of Eli Lilly and Company and Novo Nordisk. So I think the Ozempic is an Eli Lilly.
Oh, okay.
It's another.
I know,
huge.
Pfizer's got a reputation for what? The largest lawsuit in history.
There is something about that. I heard him saying something about that they're going to just go kill all these people over in Nigeria. Trump was saying, is this it here? No, that's not it. Anyway, I'll have to find it, get into it.
Gila Lily Monster. That's a good one.
That sounds kind of gay, doesn't it?
It does.
Hi, I'm Eli Lilly. I'm a cross-dressing pharmaceutical specialist. And I'm here to make you take your medicine, big boy. I do that too good. I shouldn't do that.
Rodney Dangerfield used to say, "Yeah, I went to see my proctologist. He used to be a photographer."
Right?
You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Bombats.
What is this? He said, I haven't heard anything bad about him. I was looking for that fucking thing. Is that Rappaport wearing that dumb shit?
Doctor
Is that
told
this Michael Rappaport? Look at this.
Is this the guy? Yeah, the failed actor guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he's got this bullshit wrapped
Got the
around his
cube.
arm with the little cube and the little cube on his head.
Yeah.
So he's signing up with the program, is he?
Oh, he's never been off of it.
He's a piece of dirt.
Failed actor.
Yeah. He wasn't.
Horribly failed.
I didn't ever think he was any good.
No.
You know, for anything. You know,
But when you're connected, it doesn't matter.
Right. You're somebody's nephew and shit. Now, somebody I have to give credit to for not using a name to get ahead in the business, and that's Nicolas Cage. You know, he's his uncle is Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay.
So his last name is actually Coppola.
He never used it though.
No.
In film. No. That's good.
So I got to give him that.
All merit. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to shut her down, man. I'm going to
Good to see yourself.
hit the
Good to see everybody in chat too.
Enjoy my last day of work this weekend.
How was your sliders?
Oh, they were delicious. I think I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna repeat that tonight. And,
We don't have any White Castles here in Colorado. I found that out.
you get them in the
grocery store. Yeah, but I mean, I wanted a real White Castle from the
store. Yeah, because there's something about going in there, the way that place smells when those are cooked.
Yeah, smells like onions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
I love it.
Crystal is the same way. When I used to go to Crystal in Georgia, it's basically the same exact thing. It's just
when I lived in the Carolinas, we had Crystals over in South Carolina.
Oh man!
Go to Rock Hill to
I'm
get
telling you, every time I went there, I'd be like, "Give me 10."
They were like 38 cents a burger, man. You can't do that.
Yeah, like give me 10 of them.
My dad worked second shift, and on Friday nights, when he was working second shift, on Friday nights he would either stop at White Castle and get a big ass load of White Castles, or stop at Popeye's Chicken. And I mean, we're talking about with that back when Popeye's was good.
Yeah,
you know,
real.
They had that rice, that southern rice,
Dirty rice.
Yeah. Creole, that Creole rice or whatever.
It's dirty rice, what they call it.
Yeah, man, that shit was the bomb, man. That
They still make it, but it ain't as good.
It was pretty. Yeah, it's not the same. Same thing when Kentucky Fried Chicken was Kentucky Fried Chicken, it was decent. But when it became KFC, it's not Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Pepsi bought them. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the same company that owns them owns Taco Bell, and Taco Bell was the same way. When I was really young, Taco Bell was like it was the closest thing to a real burrito I'd ever had. You know, and over the years it got worse and worse and more expensive. I was like, yeah, hell with this shit.
Oh, here it is. Let me play this real quick before we get off here. This is what I was talking about. Look at here. Now, did you know there was a crisis in Nigeria?
No.
We have to get involved.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter.
Release the Epstein files.
I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
Didn't he just say it was happening?
Yeah, but he doesn't care about
We're
Palestine.
going to stop it. We're going to do something about it. Look, man, our military is spread out so fucking thin. This fool doesn't realize we can't sustain what we've got now without even getting into a war.
No. He doesn't care about Palestine, obviously.
No, of course
those people don't matter.
Well, he's certainly got everybody's attention off of the fucking Epstein files, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not going to ever release those. We'll never see him, and it's never going to happen. So I gave
No,
up.
we already know what we need to know, and I'll tell you what. That's another reason that people have made that Israel connection to that whole fucking can of worms. And this election showed what people were doing, what they were thinking. I think they've sabotaged themselves. They pushed it too fucking far. I mean, let's get real. You can't live stream a fucking genocide and think nobody's going to not be pissed off.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they've been doing. So I don't know, man.
This stuff was going on a little while back, just in in the Gaza Strip back in the 90s too. They were bombing the living crap out of it. I was watching it live on TV. They were just
they were having all those problems with Arafat back in the day. Yasser Arafat, remember him?
Oh yeah. Hey, what's this deal? All right, so did you see where Kanye West went and groveled back to to a rabbi and said he was sorry for all the shit that he'd said and all this other stuff?
I'm losing money. Please.
Yeah, he did. He went and he apologized to him. And it's the same fucking rabbi that LeBron James did that with back in 2022.
There you go. That
Same
worked out
guy.
good for him.
Damn, I'll tell you
They're all
what.
sellouts.
Wow.
They're all sellouts.
Yeah, there's Kanye groveling to these guys. Let me just show you real quick so you can see the people we're talking about. And there's Kanye saying he's sorry for all the shit he said.
I was dealing with some various issues.
Okay, so just so you know, pay attention to who these two people right here are. And then back in 2022, we had LeBron James with none other than, see, there's the ball-headed guy right here. There's that guy. There's the ball-headed guy.
Why? I don't understand the connection. What is the connection to LeBron James, a basketball player, to that old guy in that getup?
Well, LeBron had said some things that would be considered anti-Semitic, and
So it was going to cost him money.
Yeah, so he had to go and grovel back to him again.
So if I want to be successful in even America, I would have to actually become pro-Israel and support everything they've ever done, right?
Well, that's how it used to be. That is changing right now. That is changing huge. With the exception of these people here, they'd already gotten in bed with these motherfuckers, right? I'm not in bed with them. I've never gotten in bed with them. And a lot of people haven't. But they're inadvertently in bed with them because of, they rob you, take your money, and then give it to these fucking people. Then these fucking people take it and give it to our politicians to enact shit that's for their benefit.
Yeah.
So they're basically laundering money is what they're doing and using it for bribes. It's bullshit. The whole thing is, man. And I think the more people that learn that, better off they are.
Most of these sports people, I should probably look that up at some point, maybe for the next show. Maybe I'll do
look who owns the fucking teams. That's
who owns the teams and who owns the association? Who owns who runs the, who's the leader of the NFL? Who's the guy who runs it?
You're gonna find Burtons and Witzes and fucking Steins and all kinds.
Maybe I'll do a little dive on that for next time.
Yeah, that's known. They own the majority of the sports teams and all that shit. It's where the money comes from. They own the fucking stadiums. All that shit. You got to get away from them, man.
Well, I was always told when I was younger, if you lay down with dogs,
You get fleas.
yeah.
Or, you stay warm though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
lay down with dogs all the time, man. I love it when it's cold. Dogs keep my ass warm, man.
Yeah, you get the metaphor, but I mean, if you're out with barrel dogs, yeah, you're definitely going to get fleas.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm going to get off here, guys. I'm going to go eat a couple burgers and go to sleep. And thank you all for coming up. Cubby,
Good to
I'm
see you.
sorry your shit was broke and you kept popping out of the thing, but it was good to have him up here tonight. Skeptic's here with us tonight. We got a whole bunch of people incarnate unlimited. Heresy Seed popped in on us, I see. It's good to see everybody. And over on the Rumble side, let's see, Frank Noble, GBGBFE is over here. And he's all by himself, damn it. Godzilla was over there for a little bit. But anyway, I want to thank
Good to see you,
everybody
Frank.
for showing up tonight. We'll do chapter 4 tomorrow night and see what else the fuck we can get into, right?
Roger
And
that.
as we always like to tell you out here, don't forget the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. Oy vey.